Hi, Zizaran here with a very long video. This is a play with me. If you don't know what these are, they're basically a long unedited playthrough where I'm leveling up a new character and I will try to explain everything I'm doing more in depth than I normally do to try to explain things to especially new players. This is not intended to be a league starter build. This is intended to be something on your second or third playthrough, so I already have some things and I'll be assuming that I have like somewhere in the vicinity of 10 to 20 chaos worth of stuff. This is going to be a champion, and eventually it is going to be like face breakers with Cyclone. But for leveling, I'm going to be leveling with Ground Slam, Ground Slam into Bladestorm. So it's a very long video. They're great for having on in the background and just passively learning if you like stuff like that. If you're looking for a short guide, then this is not the video for you. I'll walk through the stuff I've like prepared for this character. I don't think I've missed anything, and most of the gems except Flame Dash you do get yourself, but for gems I have Onslaught, Dash, Maim, Ruthless, Ground Slam, Herald of Purity, Bladestorm, Chance to Bleed, Blood and Sand, Herald of Ash, Flesh and Stone, Flame Dash, Smoke Mine, and Second Wind. I'll most likely not be getting much else that the character can't get itself, but you know, maybe. Other than that, I have a Gold Rim, a Wanderlust. I actually don't have any weapons, and I'm going to be crafting that throughout the playthrough. Some of it using essences and the crafting bench. Don't actually have that many, but I'll be showing you how I would normally do it. But yeah, and I also don't have an endgame weapon. So I will most likely be stopping this playthrough somewhere around Blood Aqueduct, because I do need to get some gear to take my character from like 70 to 95 before respecking it to face breakers. Probably some people will be asking why I'm not going Slayer, because I have a Cyclone Slayer guide, and the champion gets so much tank, which is what I'm going to need to do to make this character a Delver. I'm going to be using a very advanced defense mechanic called Transcendence, and the flat armor on champion is insane for this. Other than that, the important stuff I have 2 iron rings. They're going to come in handy. I have a Viridian Jewel with Mana Leech. That is huge. A Courier Ward with Diamond Skin and some flasks. And I think that is pretty much it. We're going to start off by showing you the Fizz... Oops.
Goodbye.
We're going to start off by showing you the Fizz recipe. Normally I would do it with a rare belt like this, but that has a level requirement of 8. So I'm going to do it with a blue belt just to start. Then I have like an okay weapon. I'm actually going to get me some like gloves and throw a binding orb on those too. This is a really... There's no armor gloves here. Do I just grab a chest? Yeah, I normally don't wear a chest, but because it slows you down a little bit. But binding orbs are really good because it forces a 4-link, and I don't really plan to need more than a 4-link. Right, let's do Onslaught. Those perfect colors too, so that's good. Ransom, Ruthless, Chance to Bleed, wear a Rustic Sash, and that's pretty much all. Wouldn't mind a Val double strike. Just get it on the first try is what I would advise there. That is a lot easier than not getting it on the first try. So that's just a little bit extra single target. If you can't get it on the first try, I would consider getting better at the game. Just be luckier.
But it'll have to for now.
Usually takes like 1 in 6, 1 in 8. We're a bit lucky there. Oops, done. Haven't leveled melee in a while, so we're going to be crafting gear underway for this character. And I don't have any crazy leveling gear. I do have like a few other things lying around that I could have used, like 7 step, etc. But I figured I'd like to keep this series like fairly budget, and assuming it's your second character. This is going to be eventually a delving character. And don't worry if you can't keep up, because you can just skip ahead in the video, or slow down. Maybe play me in slow motion. I might talk weird then though. But yeah, and again, this is going to be a very long video, probably around 4 hours. Do you know, I actually had some people complain that all of Zizaran's guides were 4 hours, and I'm like, bro, that is literally like 3 videos a league, and it's only the play with me. I was sad. They said they had unsubbed from a YouTube channel after all my videos for 4 hours or longer. I was offended, which is not useful. So we're not going to do Hail Rake because we already have I already bought that stuff from another character. So there's no reason for me to do that. I'm also not going to do Fetid Pool because I don't need regrets. Well, I have a lot of regrets after dying to a Shabi, let me tell you. But other than that, we'll be switching at 28 to Bladestorm. Ground Slam should be able to take us all the way there. I'm putting in Val Double Strike actually, just somewhere. Just a little bit extra single target. I really should get some links. Oh, actually something I'm going to do, which I should have done already. I'm going to have Wisdoms and Portal in my inventory. But yeah, this should be 3 or 4 hours to Blood Aqueduct is what we're going for here. If you don't know already, most people vendor transmutes and stuff to buy Wisdoms and Portals. I should probably mute
Why
alerts.
people happy?
There, now alerts are muted. I'll hopefully still notice them. I just want the YouTube video to be a little bit cleaner. Man, with that, thank you so much for the 44-month resub, and thank you for everything you do for the stream, dude. Hope you're doing well. And if you see anybody asking questions in the Twitch chat that I've already answered, like why we're not Slayer, please feel free to answer them for me, because I'm mostly going to be ignoring Twitch chat. At least more than normal. Now we're level 4, so we can slot in Dash. Remember, this is one of the abilities in the game that you don't want to have attack in place on, because that makes you go backwards. And playing like this is not that nice, because you would have to. It's not great. You saw that we put a portal at the bridge there. That's because we're going to, once we get some new waypoints, I'll probably do that in Upper Prison. Sometimes forget about it. But we are going to go back and do the crab skill point. We're not super speed leveling, so we'd rather have skill points to make our character stronger. And Sammy, thank you for the prime as well, dude. Thanks so much. So at the moment, we're just gonna smoothly level 2. This is like Bob Ross, but we're killing things instead of painting. And less wholesome. Murder. Alright, let's see. Always try to make sure you're grabbing blue packs and stuff. Blue packs give a lot more experience than normal packs do. We already have 2 coral rings. Sorry, iron rings. Iron rings are huge early on. Very, very big. Let's see. We have blood and sand. We can pop that in here. Just get a little bit extra damage. Well, we could keep it AoE like this, but I'm just gonna go for damage. Just want to kill things faster. Once you get level 8 and get Meganor's Girdle, you get a big damage boost from that as well. And we'll grab some large potions once we find them. So weird leveling melee compared to spells. Spells just feel so much faster. Especially when you have stuff. There's a large life flask. I'm running a pretty strict filter, but I think the leveling section is untouched. It should show most things while leveling for me. Need to find some bases and stuff, and I'll try to explain a little bit why I'm choosing the bases that I am, weapons and stuff. Generally, yeah, actually, we could grab Ancestral Protector, and we can grab the Fish Scale Gauntlets as well, and throw a Binding Orb on this to make it my Double Strike Glove, just so I get some damage on it, and we could get a chance to bleed. Something I quite like doing to relieve a lot of socket pressure is instead of having a separate 4-link for an Ancestral Protector and for a Vile Double Strike, you can actually just do double 3-link. I normally find that I don't use them a lot with the regular stuff anyway, and I'm mostly using them for the Vol stuff. And when you're unloading 4 Vol charges on one boss, then they normally die pretty quickly anyway. So Vol Ancestral War Chief later on, and then Vol Double Strike. So having them share socket groups is quite a lot of pressure relieved. Putting on the Meganords, which is a large amount of damage early, 5 to 15 when our weapon only has 17 to 27. Do you remember, if you have a Limb Split and a Cauterizer, they would do really, really well for this build? Really, really well. Let's see. We'll keep that for making a weapon later. We're going to go back to town now, and we are going to do the Krabby Crab. We are going to do the Krabby Crab, and at some point I'll try to put a Binding Orb on my gloves. Just so that I have a little bit more sockets. when like early on Link Start and stuff, you normally have a lot of socket pressure because it can be hard to find nice 3 links early on. So having like nice 4 links early on, it makes a big difference for your leveling. We can just do this at least for now. I'm gonna throw double strike here on W. I was like having my movement ability on spacebar. That was like one of the things that like helped me a lot early on was switching. I used to use my movement ability always on Q, but switching it to spacebar was like pretty big for me. Made the game a lot more playable. Especially when playing energy shield builds when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then having to spam your movement ability. Evolve, double strike. Beautiful. There, I'm not going to be bothering picking up blue and rare items to sell for ults and transmutes because I have enough of those already. And if you're on hardcore, getting a bubbling or seething life loss early, like I normally get them around level 18, is very nice. We don't actually need one of the gems here. I am going to throw the binding orb here. Hopefully it gives me a red socket. It gave me a green. Then I'm just going to chrome it. I don't really need more than 1 green here. And then I'll put my protector. And put Maim on here as well. Where did I have protector? There. There? Beautiful. Alright, we got the Krabby point.
Farewell.
There. And now we're going to move towards our main enemy, Brutus. And then later on, we are going to be using... we're going to be using Smoke Dash, Smoke Mine, and Flame Dash. That's generally like, if most people that are racing and trying to go fast will use those. They're a really, really good combo because you get like the movement boost, and you also like, they're very, very fast movement abilities and they recharge pretty quickly. Leap Slam isn't really that good. I'm not a big fan of using it even on melee characters. So I try to avoid doing that. I would always pretty much use Smoke, Mine, and Flame Dash. They're just faster, and I end up going a lot faster while using those. So normally I will put Flame Dash on my second bar. Do remember that they have added a new bar that you can access by holding control. And something a lot of people don't know is that you can in fact rebind those keys. So if you see on my second bar, I have mouse button 5 and Q. So I use Q for like buffs and stuff like that. Let me get one more Vile Strike here just so we can like own Brutus really, really extra hard. But remember that in the options you can rebind your second bar. You don't need to hold control. I know that there's some people that hold like control Q, W, E, etc. every time they want to use something on the second bar. And yeah, you don't need to do that. So that's worth keeping in mind. Yeah, spacebar to use the skill is really, really nice. Can't call me out like that. Let's see. I also like having attack in place on pretty much everything. It just makes it so your character doesn't like move towards like it did there with Val Double Strike, because that's not on attack in place right now. And is really, really annoying. So he's dead. Normally I'd pick up the rares and vendor them if this was my first character. There. Oops. That's the one we weren't going to do that on. There. Wild Double Strike. Now everything has attack in place on it, and I have an Adrenaline Quicksilver. Happy days.
Farewell.
I don't think there's... When's the next? Oh yeah, it is level 9. So now we have that. We can go and vendor that here. We already have the rare sash. So this is again rare sash, blacksmith, whetstone, Karoo, chopper. This you could aug. You could also craft resist on it on the crafting bench because you're very, very unrealistic to hit attack speed like I just did. But that was nice. I'm gonna also go grab a mana flask. We will be using a mana flask for quite a while. Can't remember exactly when we're able to ditch the mana flask just by using that jewel, but we will be able to do that eventually. Just realized I kind of want int somewhere as well.
Yes?
Maybe I just ditch my amulet. Oh, but I can't even buy a lapis. That's annoying. That's annoying because I am not going to get enough int. I hate it. I guess I could take this early. Mana flows. That's tempting. That's very tempting. We'll see. We'll see. I think I will hate myself with just smoke mine. But at least we will have smoke mine.
Ha!
Yeah, I'm
My fans in
definitely
Aria
going
will
to.
barely recognize
Aren't
me.
I? And then we can respec out of the endpoint later. I just want to have Flame Dash early. So that's kind of my preferred play style. Fuyu, thanks so much for the 7-month resub. Appreciate that. We don't really have any crazy weapon. This is just like a crafted one. And you can see that you're going in the correct way here by the fact that it like dipped down. Like there was sort of like a staircase of sorts. Natural staircase. And that's how we know that we aren't running into a Val side area. Trap Carter, thank you for the sub as well. So I have smoke mine now. We'll just throw that here. I don't need to link it with anything. Obviously this character also doesn't really need Arcane Surge. The mana is nice, but you know, it's okay. We're probably going to be rushing Resolute Technique, and for a bit I will be leveling with RT. We're going to go down here, and did I grab the waypoint here? I don't think I did. Let's go find the waypoint first. I hate like not going back to the waypoint. There.
I can't do this just yet.
Right, let's see. I'm literally just taking that for the end. You could just use the Lapis Amulet as well instead of the amulet I'm using. But we'll respec out of that later. I'll try to make some stops during the leveling and look at the skill tree, what I've done so far, and hover over the gear, etc. Let's see. We're about to get my Flame Dash. There. Beautiful. I have Flame Dash. Okay. Goodbye, Dash. You served me well. And now I get Flame Dash. We can have Smoke Mine up here. And then we can have that for second wind later. So normally what I do is I will do this. I'll put this on the second bar. Flame Dash. So that's where my mouse button 5 is. And I'll normally play like this. Now, if you are lazy, you can also put detonate smoke mine on mouse button 1. Then it'll go slightly shorter, so I don't do this. But it is a fairly good use of it because now you have it on mouse button 1, and it still works as a normal move. Like nothing is different there. So keep that in mind. And Resinar, thank you for the tier 2 resub and the 16 months. And Elder Nyai, thank you for the 4 months, dude. I'm glad you're hooked on PoE. Glad, dude. So I'm gonna go back to move here. You could also like remember that we can have any instant skill on mouse button 1. So I could have Steel Skin, etc. If you make your Warcries instant, you can have those. So now we are going to go back to the ship graveyard. That's why we wanted the waypoint here, and we're gonna find Fairgraves, wait for him to tell his 30 minutes life story, and then we are going to kill him and get a skill point. Oh, damn grappler. Like Havoc said, Fairgraves now tells you his life story before letting you fight him. Could use War Banner as well for leveling. I remember this. I'm pretty sure this character gets War Banner. There, and you can see the Wild Double Strike makes a very, very big difference while leveling.
It's not every day
Just
that I get
go
to do
back.
legend.
Get the skill point. Now, I haven't really planned out a skill tree here. I'm kind of playing it by ear. I'm probably going to rush Resolute Technique. I'm most likely going to use Axes because, I don't know, Axes just, they rub me the right way. That's what I love for leveling. I feel like Axes are better with RT, and then Swords are better when you go crit. Swords obviously have slightly better crit nodes, and they have the crit implicit on the Exquisite Blade, which is very strong. Man, the cooldown recovery early on just very slow. Let's see. We're already level 12, so we don't really need to kill a lot. And there is a Lapis Amulet that I no longer need. We'll be specking out of the end point later once we actually get some in somewhere else. And yeah, they're excellent. Axes are excellent. That's true.
I can't do this just yet.
Yeah, we're moving into the Cavern of Anger. See, so I'll grab the 200 nodes here, and then I'll probably head past Marauder after grabbing those nodes there, and I'll most likely stick to Axes while leveling. A lot of the Axes have like, there's fairly good bases with really, really good attack speed. If you were doing something like this at League Start, what I normally recommend is having a very, very generic, only like the, you know, two-handed, etc., or like physical damage stuff. Because if you then happen to identify a really good like mace or sword, you can very easily change skill and still be very, very strong. We don't actually have our Val double strike ready to go, but we have more than enough damage here for this fearsome foe. There we go. Now, do remember that bosses actually have a slight invulnerability window the first like few seconds they're spawned. They did this just, I think it was mostly because they didn't like that in races. We were literally insta-killing like Weaver, Merveil, etc. as they spawned. I think it's like Merveil is like way too hard at the moment, in my opinion, for a new player. A lot of people forget that when you're new, you like maybe don't even know how links work. So imagine a new player with they're playing a ranger, they're using split arrow on a one link with a white bow, and they're up against Merveil with 0 cold rest. That's a lot of deaths. That's a lot of damage. So they probably shouldn't have Merveil as difficult as she is currently. We're just like happily killing any like big pack we see. We're already really, really good on experience. And this character will be using face breakers later on. I'm not a big fan of leveling with face breakers. You could do it with like Infernal Blow and stuff. That could be fun. You don't have a need for beasts while leveling. Now that I've seen the den, normally if this was my first character, I'd be dropping a portal here so that once I get the Crossroads waypoint, I can go back to that. Is it quite nice? How much rest do we have? We're like very, very high on rest. I normally try to get rest cap by Act 2 or 3 normally, especially at League Start, because then you also have like less stuff to play with. And the crafting bench really comes in handy. Now, the strongest thing about leveling melee characters is not your first character, is that you have regals. Because on any weapon then, especially once we're like level 20 to 30, if you're able to do the fizz recipe and craft flat fizz, you're already able to have an insane weapon. Whereas on League Start, you aren't going to have any regals, and that means that if you actually find a weapon with flat fizz, you have a crazy amount of damage. We can have normal double strike here. Let's see. We see the dual 3-link there coming in handy. We will try to get a Wall Ancestral War Chief later too, just to show like how nice that is with 2 Wall abilities for like destroying bosses. For like layouts and stuff, layouts aren't very important, but there are some tips. Like for example, this always points in the direction of the staircase, more like an arrow. So like I know that it's not over here because it's pointing in this direction. But layouts are not super important for speedrunning. The number one important thing, if you ever like, if you ever feel like you see other people going very fast and you wish that leveling didn't take 6-7 hours for you or more, then the number one thing is just practice and try to get like be like very actively thinking about what you're doing a few runs, and once you've done it, like it just becomes like second nature to you eventually, and that's when you really start gaining speed. Because you can watch me or Titykiller or somebody level fast, but the problem is that when you have to think about everything you're doing, it slows you down a large amount.
That thing.
How much int do I have now? I have 44 int. I might wonder if I don't need that anymore. So smoke mine is really good early on. As you can see, I can smoke mine here, and he very rarely hits me because he's blind. So we're blinding Fedelatas, and that is really, really good to use on a lot of bosses. It's part of why it's so strong, because we obviously don't have a lot of HP early on, so being able to just like blind a boss and stand on top of it is pretty big there. Poor Fidelitas. Could pick up resist rings as well. I'm probably gonna not bother much until I get 2 stones. Hi YouTube. I know. I always wonder how many people watch on YouTube, and I've never like really watched Twitch. Oh, look at that blue pack. That's nice. Otherworldly, Monka S. Otherworldly adds, they basically have Unholy Might. They get lots of business extra chaos damage. Me? First time ever watching Twitch? Pog? It's awesome. Hi. Another Marauder build. Armor Brand. Armor Brand. Ooh! They've killed me before. They're scary. I watched you on YouTube a bunch. Just started Twitch this thing. Oh, that's awesome. Here we want to stay on the road. And the road and the waypoint tells us a lot here. So the spider is on the left. And Alira is on the right. So I can go and kill Alira here on the right. We just have to... you can also follow the road if you went slightly further. Because there is a road here. So we're killing Alira. And if you fuck up this on a character, do remember you can respec your Alira by, or like respec your bandit choice by 20 regrets in Act 2. And then you just have to sell an amulet on top of that. So it'll be 20 regrets and a lapis amulet to get Alira, or 20 regrets and an onyx amulet to get skill points. There's no reason to ever use any of the other recipes because you should never have a character that uses oak or kraton, because they are very, very bad compared to the 2 skill points. We're gonna go back and grab the skill point here. Kind of embarrassing, but I thought you were a YouTuber exclusively, and suddenly today you pop up in my Twitch recommended. Nice! Maybe I should talk about Twitch more.
Farewell.
Try to keep my YouTube videos kind of short. Unlike this one, this is gonna be a long one. Alright. We have some skill points we can throw in here, but we don't really, it doesn't really benefit us right now. I'm just going over to Marauder. We're gonna grab the axe nodes that give us onslaught will be really nice. Resolute technique will be really, really nice. Do you know, I almost considered taking Oak on Inquisitor. Just because it's added regen, but 2 skill points. It's just so big. It's just so big. If the fist reduction was a little higher. I'll remember that. I like your short videos, straight to the case. Yeah, I try to keep them as short as possible. Try not to like force videos to be like 8 to 10 minutes just for more YouTube revenue. If you can explain something shorter, generally that's better. You waste less of people's time. Here, we can just slap down a portal, so we have to leave anyway. We are about to be able to buy things like melee fizz. So we're going to switch our gems around a little bit. Glad you liked the blight video. We can smoke mine on top of the... Ooh! Smoke mine on top of the boss so she can't hit us as much. And then we're leaving. I really wish the mobs there give XP. At least for a little bit. It's a shame to be killing so many blue monsters with no XP. We're just gonna keep running straight for like Resolute Technique and the Onslaught nodes on this character. Grabbing Melee Fizz. Do I need a second Melee Fizz? I think I will. We'll grab a second one. Sometimes if I don't have a Leech Jewel, I like going over here pretty early. I will be picking up a Jewel slot instead. Let's go kill Kraton. Benskinator, thanks so much for the 54-month resub. It's a long time, dude. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Don't thank me, I can't leave. Nice. I actually found, I was playing a little bit off stream last night, just a few hours. And I found, it's like talking to Noogie and stuff. But I found 3 of the Headhunter beasts. Well, like the ones that give unique belt. I'm gonna do those later. Maybe get a Headhunter. Small chance, but a chance nonetheless. Okay, well, Double Strike is ready. Let's go. You know, we could start using Warcries. Will I even bother? Like, Warcries are so nice at this point. Like, Intimidating Cry, General's Cry. Like, they're all so nice at this point, but I'm switching to Bladestorm at 28 anyway, and then I'm probably not going to bother with Warcries. What? Stream starting now? That's fine. It is starting. I'm going to be live an hour. Oh, I realized I forgot to start the timer when I started the character. But that's fine. It's just my uptime now. Where are you, Oak? Where are you? What have you done? Tanky Oak. He likes to heal. There we go. He's not healing. Alright, Grand Mana Flask. Good stuff.
Well,
And we're gonna run and
we have only the trees for audience.
find the next level. Let's see, we have melee fizz now. We can throw that in. What am I ditching? I don't want Ruthless. It's pretty garbage. And I probably just don't need chance to bleed on my Val double strike and stuff. I'd rather a melee fizz. When am I gonna bother with a new weapon? I think we'll make a new weapon on a double axe, which is level 24. I think I'll be fine until then. I think I will try to find a double axe. I don't really need a better weapon. I'd rather make it like not very often, and I think we're going to use a regal and a craft on this one, so it'll last us quite a while. You get so much more XP while leveling now because of these like added basically the shrines from ritual. And at this point probably some people are asking like, when should you do ritual while leveling? So ritual is really strong on your first character. It gives a large amount of transmutes, it can give you tabulas, etc. And I did it a lot on my first character. I was trying to stay away from like the more dangerous ones, like the chaos ones. I was trying to stay away from the Aziri shrine, even though that does give 6 things early on. Would definitely do that on softcore, but on hardcore it's a little bit too dangerous, so I didn't want to do it. But I don't ever feel the need to do ritual on like second character onwards. I don't really feel like that's particularly fruitful. There's not that much stuff that could really drop that would actually matter to me. Let's go grab the apex. There we go. We have a bunch of skill points. And just go up here, and we're just gonna go through here into RT, and then we're gonna grab axe nodes. Let's see. Maybe we can't. We're not high enough level yet to buy a double axe. No, Shmo, I didn't. I will be, this character Endgame will be Resolute Technique. He's going to be a face breaker. I will most likely be, oh there, double X. I will most likely, oh. I mean, that is actually pretty decent, but we are actually going to make it better. But that would be a really good find. If you were like just leveling normally. Thanks, Smooth. That's appreciated. I'll most likely be crit at some point. Will I? Maybe I'll just do RT. I just need something that's fast. I need to get like at least level 90, 93 before turning into the Delving character. Because once this character turns into my Delver, it will basically be useless for maps. It's going to be so slow at mapping. Steel Mage messaged me because he's doing the same character. We're all stealing Dan's character. Dirty Dan 79. And he said like he regretted switching it to Facebreaker because he couldn't map anymore. And it was just so slow at mapping. So oh, actually, I just realized we have Purities. So we can throw in Herald of Purity and Herald of Ash. I sometimes will use Flesh and Stone as well, but that's only if I have like early Enduring Flasks, which I don't have. Like I'd rather have extra mana right now. It's a massive pain. The blind is very nice and safe though. On League Start, especially if I'm like don't have resists or anything, And now I have a gold rim. But if I don't have resist, I'd probably drop one of the heralds. Probably purity. Just so I could have flesh and stone for extra safety. Flesh and stone in sand form is like incredibly good. It's probably a little bit broken. I mean, it's been nerfed a few times, but still a bit broken. And again, if you're using cries at this point, you're probably one-shotting bosses. I'm too lazy, so I want to switch to Bladestorm at 28 anyway. Let's see, we're level 20. I know we're leveled. That's all good. If you are new to hardcore, and if you're like trying to play along on hardcore this playthrough, then you know, over leveling a lot helps. Being able to like wear like higher level weapons, etc. Like this weapon would make Val a lot faster and safer. And we can talk a little bit more about how I smoke mine and stuff like that. So at the moment, I'm doing like smoke mine and then the detonate key, which I have on D. But do remember, you can have it on mouse button 1 as well. And then right after, I flame dash. So I'm just basically, what I'm doing is spacebar, D, mouse button 5. And that becomes like this. So you get, like, it's pretty fast. It's pretty fast. We're actually going to scour this and make a good weapon. And double axe is a pretty good base. Generally, getting high attack speed bases is really good too. So if you were dual wielding, which requires 2 weapons, you would want to have high attack speed bases. So like the ones that are, it's like boarding axe. Can't remember what the second one is, like the nightmare or cruel base, whatever you want to call it. But the last one is siege axe. But high attack speed is really nice. Makes any like flat fizz and attack damage like that you have a lot better. Wall goes down pretty quickly. And like, again, if it was my first character, I'd be IDing a lot of weapons and seeing. Sometimes you get a really crazy weapon. Maybe it's even worth switching if you have very generic nodes. So now I'm going to do like a quick crafting. We're going to scour this. We're going to use whetstones. And now there's 2 things we can do. We could throw like, maybe this is low enough. We could throw Weeping Essence of Contempt on and hope for the best. What we can do here as well is, like, so there's 2 ways of doing this. Like, what I did now works because I didn't hit 3 prefixes, or obviously you could have had the chance that I hit high percentage fist damage too. I could also do the vendor recipe and then regal and then do the crafting bench for the flat fizz. So either of those works. Either of those works. Either essence and then craft percentage fizz, or regal and then craft flat fizz. Do remember, be careful not to accidentally craft the 1x salt craft onto anything. And remember, there is a level requirement here. So we're going to do the level 16 craft. If we did this one, then it would be level 32. Got a low roll. It doesn't really matter because we have more than enough damage at this point. Poor Valstar. He threw away an exalted orb on a leveling item. You don't need a detonate mine gem to use smoke mine. Nope, you do not. That is for automating it with things like spell totem. There, and now you can see our damage skyrocketed. Very, very high damage now, and we're about to get damage nodes.
I can't do this just yet.
Hey Sonia, how you doing? There. We're probably going to use this weapon until 35, 36. We'll find some base type later. That's nice. If you want to, you can regularly upgrade your weapon, especially on hardcore. If you're new, this could be really, really nice for additional safety. However, this does add a lot of time. One of the things, if you ever watch people speedrunning, is that they switch out weapons and... Sorry. They switch out gear very, very rarely. You end up using a large amount of time spending gear. I find that early on when I would have like, oh, I have gear prepared for every step of the journey. I'm going to be so much damage, so much tank every step of the journey. And I would always level a lot slower. It's generally you gain so much speed just by going. See, here we have 2 stone rings that can rest kappas. Using essences of contempt on some rings early on will also help with leveling a little bit, give you some damage. I'm probably just going to use whatever they are. I would actually prefer if they were white because then I could craft the resists I need onto them. Whereas now they're most likely going to be blue and have life regen and dexterity or something like that. Okay, mana regen and dexterity. But that was close. That was close. Very close guess. So I'd rather have white rings because we don't really care about the prefix. We're realistically not getting a good one. Obviously, none of the ones we got here matter. But what I do want is the option to craft resists. Yeah, they're all dead ends. But obviously, I've already done the trials already. This is not my first character. Somehow got something worse than what you said. Yeah. See? Streamer RNG. Streamer RNG. And it takes a long time to get the second charge of all double strike, hey?
That somber expression doesn't become those.
These are the two-handers.
Cheer up and dance with me.
I'll dance. Just killing all of them and then unleashing my wild double strike. Whoops. There.
Enough of this.
You would say that when you're losing the fight. We're gonna have a very, very big damage upgrade in one level. We're already doing a decent amount of damage right now. Let's see. I'm just gonna buy 2 random ones here. And then we'll have those on. We're pretty much already rest capped. 79, 79. I'm going to throw on lightning res here for a transmute. And making a lot use of your crafting bench is very, very important. It is very, very important. Almost wise oak capped. That's nice. But yeah, making use of your crafting bench while leveling is huge. Just delete these. I don't need them. At this point, you probably should be looking into getting better life flasks as well. Getting a bubbling or seething at this point, if you're on hardcore, is very, very big. That is like the #1 way you can avoid death, because whenever you take spike damage, that's how we're more likely to die. And again, I'll most likely be stopping this play with me in Blood Aqueduct. I actually don't have any weapon. I don't have any weapon at all for this character. I literally don't have a useful weapon. I've mostly been trying to get like an 800, 900 Exquisite Blade. And been rolling over everything like 500, 600. But kind of regret that right now. And obviously I don't want to go Face Breaker early because that's going to be very slow. So we got to figure something out and make some sort of weapon. Wait. Am I bad? I am bad. I actually thought this was... Okay, let's go up. Is there a way to target farm replicate Zeus foibles since it's level 16? No, not really. But if you're doing like... You have a better chance of anything that's like a low level requirement from the replicas. Like there are some that have high ones. Like there's some you can only get at 68 plus or 70 plus or 80 plus maybe. So if there's something low level like that, then you have a chance of getting that at least. Unlike if you ever do find one that's like level 45, etc. That would be like the nicest for target farming it. I do have a Starforge. That's true. I could use that. I could just throw a Jeweler's Touch and use the Starforge. That's not a bad idea. I'm not a big fan of using Starforge because you need so much. Like either you want to be crit, which, you know, on the Starforge you kind of want to be Slayer with the base crit, or you want to have a lot of chance to shock. Because without chance to shock, it's not really a good weapon at all. The only like good feature is that you can shock and get nice damage on it there. But another problem with that is that I'm most likely going to be using... Well, maybe I won't use Cyclone. Maybe I will use Bladestorm for leveling. We'll see. But ideally, for shocking, you don't want like super fast, tiny hits. You want like the slower and bigger hits you can get, the bigger shocks you're gonna get. So that is really nice. I don't know WNTR. It's so rare to get blueprints. It's so rare to get blueprints. We are going to switch over my weapon right now. Let's see. Let me get rid of those. There. And now our damage goes from 400 to 1,000. And then we get even more once I chuck these on. So now we have, as one of my friends would call it, Giga Dam. Giga Dam is what we call this. At level 28, we're going to get Ancestral Warchief. I'm going to throw some Val Orbs on that. And then once we throw some Val Orbs on and hit Wall Ancestral Warchief, I'll swap that out. I'm just going to use like the double 4-link. I'm not going to bother having 2 separate 4-links. It puts so much socket pressure on, and you basically need, well, 4-links everywhere with the right colors. And I just can't be bothered. It's also not needed. And I'm a big fan of, if something isn't needed, I'm then a big fan of not using it. I feel like something, when I watched a lot of streamers and a lot of games, they'll always, I feel like a lot of people always say, oh, you don't need it. I'm using it, but you don't need it. It's like, well, if you don't need it, maybe show that you don't need it. I think that's like a good thing to do. I'm a big fan of that, at least. I don't really need any of these auras. We could get, can I get Vol? And just destroy this, cast it into the flames. We don't need it. Maybe I don't get, no, I do. I do get Vol.
Be careful.
But I don't have a slot for it. I don't have a slot for it. We can throw and just hope. 4 red. Awesome. I might keep those. There. Excellent. Excellent. There. Now, a quick little tip for experience and levels here is if you are level 23 or 24, you can go straight to docks. But if you were like practicing racing and you find yourself like maybe level 22 and you're under leveled, you can actually go Solaris first, because it's a lower level, so you get more XP. If you don't know how experience works in Path of Exile, you're basically getting, you have a 3 ± barrier where you're getting full XP. What does this mean? That means if you're level 4, you're getting full XP in level 1 zones and in level 7 zones. And this number, and that means that if you're level 15, you're getting full experience at level 18 and at level 12 zones. But this number adds +1 every 16 levels. So at level 16, you're getting full experience at level 20 and level 12. Yeah, math is hard for me. So that is like a really, really nice rule of thumb for like racing and going faster. What will happen very often is that somebody will try to get into racing, because obviously there's a lot more happening in the racing scene. Prize pools are getting bigger, and maybe more people are interested in learning. And when they're practicing, they're watching Tai Tai, etc., or me, Havoc, etc., and they're getting faster, and they're actually getting really fast. And they're like, wow, I'm actually like in the same zone they are, but we're maybe 2 or 3 levels under leveled. And then you'll notice, especially around Act 4, that you'll be getting pretty much no experience. And yeah. You're very underleveled. Raygon Stark, thank you so much for the 11-month resub. Maki, thank you for the 6 months. And Kunja, thank you for the 11 months. Appreciate support. Thank you, thank you.
I can't do this just yet.
And Blaffer, thank you for the prime as well. Thank you. I wonder how many, especially like older people, parents, etc., have Prime, but don't know about Twitch. Like, imagine like the amount of revenue
We'll talk again
that's
soon.
like there. That's insane. Kuben, thank you for the tier 1, and Oceanus, thank you for the prime as well. Thanks so much. This thing, thanks to one of your leveling guides, I did my first sub 5.5 Act 10. That's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. I'm very happy to hear that. Yeah, all alerts are off at the moment. Let's see, one sec. I just realized I have somebody else's Twitch chat open on my other monitor. It's because whenever I raid someone at the end of the day, it just like, it follows with whoever else raids. Right, we're gonna kill Gravikus.
Give up the fight, duelist. Your
Because
soul
I
is
want
lost
Ancestral
forever.
War Chief. We're also gonna get Bladestorm here. We are also gonna get Bladestorm. Look at this damage. There we go. Wow, Double Strike does so much for us. It's insane. We can pick up the Colossal Life Flask here and start getting like some form of like bubbling or seething. And at this point, your flask suffixes doesn't really
Dying in
matter
battle.
much. I really like a granite flask while
The only
leveling. If you
honorable thing
have
you've ever
and
done
and
for
ideally you
business.
do want bleed immunity and freeze immunity even while leveling, and then once you get into maps, curse immunity becomes very important. There, so this is what our skill tree looks like now. Once we get level 28, we're gonna do some switching, and I'll talk a little bit about my links. And normally, again, if I was like on my first character, I'd be pretty much picking up every single essence I could. We don't really care about the armor. I mean, that was actually a decent one. Since we're using armor anyway, I guess we could. It is 4-linked. We could go Alkit, hit some resists, maybe hit some life. Actually, what we should do here is we should use a greed essence. We should use a greed essence. How long should I level in Blood Aqueduct? So I very frequently on spellcasters will level there until 70. On melee, probably to like 65 or something. Spell gems at level 70, like the #1 damage upgrade you can get for pretty much any spell character. With some exceptions. But for most spell characters, especially like Frostbolt, Orb of Storms, most of them, anything that uses the spell part, Essence Drain, getting a level 20 or a 21 gem is most of the time the biggest upgrade you can get. To put it into perspective, going from level 17 to 20 is the same as going from a 5-link to 6-link.
Finds his home away from home.
So that's why you'll see
Let's see
a
if
lot
the
of players
sick
will
witch is
invest
in.
60 to 200 chaos into getting a level 21 gem. It is very, very much always worth it.
I can't do this just
There are
yet.
some attack gems too, like Caustic Arrow, Toxic Rain, Elemental Hit. They also scale the same way. Block and dodge is really good against the multi-proj projectile. Block and dodge. So a little trick for surviving here in the Naris Temple is the machine gunners. They will like lock onto somewhere. So if you like keep moving, never like stand still in front of them like there, and attack. That is what can very, very easily get you killed. Instead, you wanna let's see if we find another pack where we can show what to do instead of what not to do. Like here, if you like run like this, they can never kill you. They can never kill you. So here is another like little quick like layout tip. If you see that there's one cart here, that means that this is the right way. The 2 cart is the dead end, and the 1 cart is the right way. But yeah, just moving a little bit is pretty big for surviving. Moving in PoE in general is just the ticket to killing every boss in the game and everything. We are almost at the precipice, I think is the right word, of switching. Maybe that's not the right word. Let's see. There.
So you've chosen to end our affair, duelist.
And we're gonna go RT here, and then we're gonna get cleaving after. Just gonna slam Piety down here, cursor, and then you can see the Wild Double Strike is doing an insane amount of damage. So
Damn you.
definitely worth picking one up. Picking one up is huge.
Be careful.
We're picking up a skill point from Grigor.
Goodbye.
And then I'm gonna
Need something?
I'm just gonna get my Ancestral War Chief on the first try here. Fuck.
See
Okay,
you.
well, you know, in theory, you want to just You want to just
What
be
is it?
luckier. So you want to get it on the first try. Okay, you want to get it on the third try. Fourth. Please. Game. Okay, there. So there, what happened there is I wasn't focused enough on being lucky.
Bye.
And that is very, very bad. You want to be very, very focused on being lucky. So I can actually keep this for rent because I can very, very early drop onslaught with axes because of slaughter. This is really, really nice. Obviously, it doesn't do much for
Why are
bosses,
you still
but
standing there?
you know, I don't care about the onslaught on bosses there anyway. It's fine.
Talakota.
It's fine.
Stay
Let's
out of the
see.
shadows.
We're gonna chuck this in here. Then we have bleed immunity. We're gonna throw this in here, and we're gonna very quickly roll a bubbling or a seething because that's just how we roll. Now, do remember if you don't have freeze immunity and you don't have bleed immunity yet, which I don't think I have freeze immunity. Oh, there. We're gonna use this here instead. We don't need these. There. Oh, why is this in my inventory now? Do remember that through Bestiary with 4 yellow beasts, you can add that. You can add heat or staunching for bleed or freeze, depending on what you need. Now, I don't have any low-level beasts, and that's another thing to be scared of. Do remember that if you've caught the beasts on another character, that you could be going in and getting one shot by a level 83 beasts. I've actually done that on hardcore once. It was not great. Didn't enjoy it. Didn't feel good. Let's see, we can destroy these two. Just open up a little bit more inventory space. We can keep Flesh and Stone leveling. I might need that later. Let's see. We have a Bladestorm here. Close combat works with axes, right? Trying to remember. I don't use close combat that much, but I seem to remember it. It's very specific what it works with. Is this swords and axes close combat works with? Yeah. I might see if close combat feels good.
I can't do this just
Let's
yet.
see. You can keep 2 Quicksilvers too. I like having a Granite. A Granite is basically immortality while it's up or while you're leveling. There is pretty much nothing that can deal damage to you while it's up because there's not that many spells while you're leveling, and there's not that much elemental damage while you're leveling, especially not until like Act 7 and 9. So what ends up happening is 3000 armor is reducing the damage taken by 300, and obviously pretty much nothing is hitting for 300. So there'll be yeah, it's basically an actual 90% damage reduction at this point. Whereas obviously later on, like in Delve, it would be a, well, 0% damage reduction in Deep Delve because they hit for so much. They hit for so much. This is also going to be my first character utilizing Transcendence. I've never done that before. It is a very, very strong way of building a character. There's some extra strong things this league for it because the way Transcendence works is it basically it makes your armor work on elemental damage, but it lowers your max rest, so degens are a lot scarier. Yeah, it's insanely strong because you basically super tank with armor, and then like Nuyu was telling me yesterday as well, it sort of switches around what you're scared of. You're now a lot more scared of degens instead of direct hits and explosions and stuff. They basically do nothing to you. Something that made it a lot stronger this league is the Maven Orb, because the Maven Orb can give higher tier versions, and I can't remember, I think it's one of the stats on Helmet that adds shit tons of more flat base armor, which we're going to try to scale really, really hard. I don't actually think I'll be able to elevate that on this character, but that can like make it very, very strong. So flat armor, good then. And yeah, I will be using the explode chest on this build later. I have the explode chest, but I do not have I do not yet have the links. It is unlinked. So I made a chaos slinger yesterday specifically for farming sixlings. It's going to be farming jewelers in Valdar's Rest. So we're gonna go town here and do like a quick little gem swap. We don't need a new weapon or anything. The Graham, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Oceanus, thank you for the 2 months. And Kuben, thank you for the tier 1 sub. And Blaffer, thank you for the Prime. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. And the reason we're going to do that in Wildest West is because of the Harbinger's ally stuff. And then I have a Watchstone with socketed items, or items have a 0.5% chance to drop with max sockets. Let's see. How do we get enough AoE on Cyclone Faceburgers? We don't. That's why it's only for Delve. It's only going to be for Delve. It's going to suck at everything else. Right. Here we do Val Ancestor Warchief, swapping that out with Protector. I can put the normal skill on R. MRC the second. Thanks so much for the 20 gift subs. Dude, thank you. That is a lot of support. Thank you so much. That is very, very appreciated. Normally, there'd be a cool alert, but I have alerts off right now. Thank you so much. Let's do Bladestorm here instead of Ground Slam. Thank you, thank you. We could do one green, and instead of chance to bleed, we can do close combat. I probably will do that. Let's go grab a close combat for later. Thank you so much, MRC the second, for the 20 gift subs. Follow Raycast with the Prime, and CDC Gaming with the Prime. Thank you so much.
Go with the spirit.
Go with the spirit. There, we'll use that later. We can level it in my helmet for now. We do get the animation on screen, yeah. Alright, let's go. Dominus time. There, we have Bladestorm. And now it's also going to be slightly more important to switch between stances. I have too many keys. We can put my stance on Q. Whoops, not Flesh and Stone. So I don't have enough mana to use that unless I get an Enduring. Yeah.
Welcome to the greatest
Now we do care about what stance we're in.
God is watching.
And then for single target, we're going to use the bleed. And we'll use sand for a clearing. Oh, ow. Ow.
They can't do this just yet.
Submit, heretic!
There, first stage down. Well, almost. We pretty soon should be able to get rid of the mana flask as well. We could use Blood Rage. Quite a lot of people like that.
Shrink not from God.
See, we're gonna throw down the War Chief as well, which I should have been using in the first place. And then now for the last form, we're just gonna nuke him down super easily. Because we have Giga damage. We have Giga damage. When was the last time you died during leveling? I can't remember. Actually, not too far ago. There, you can see all our boss heals is just pummeling the boss. Very, very easy. No, default today is never worth using. It's actually a great question because normally something I bring up during the play with me is your skill bar should never ever look like this. Because what happens if your skill bar looks like this? Well, we'll show you. This will happen. You'll like sometimes be default attacking, which you never should be for any reason. You should always have move only. Let's see, we're gonna switch to sound stance here. Let's see. Dual wielding is so much faster for leveling because you get like the dual wield attack speed bonus and stuff. But the reason I especially when doing play with me prefer two-handers is because it's a lot easier for a new player to make one good weapon than it is to make two good weapons as well. Die. You can see like I mostly only need to do one. And that kills most things. Yeah, do remember you can have a guard skill on most button one. Do you like to use multi-strike and double strike? Well, I'm only ever using the Val double strike and multi-strike doesn't work on that. So no. Let's see, I just realized that we... Actually, I've screwed myself on the so I can't actually get rid of mana flows yet.
Now this is grim.
This is grim. There... Frenzy charges would be nice right now. It's a little bit annoying to have like the constant degen, because I don't have like much regen right now. Here, and at some point in the not too distant future, we'll go for another weapon. Maybe like, maybe a bit before Kitava. There, and now all our wall skills work so well on any boss that none of them are gonna be a problem ever.
It seemed to me, Vol.
None of them are gonna be a problem ever.
See ya.
And now I'm switching stance by hitting my Q button. That's where I have Blood and Sound stance. We are gonna ascend soon. Maybe I should be using Impale for leveling. I probably will, because I'm a champion. I probably will. I haven't really planned this out much. Which is like kind of nice as well, because you guys, I'll try to do all my thinking out loud. And hopefully that helps somebody. I will try to do all my thinking out loud.
I think it's time to shed the dream of home.
And that should help.
It's a little tight around.
But yeah, I'll most likely go Impale. Is Impale 31? I think it's 31, which means we would need to do the library quest. Or I can jump on my other character and grab it there. Is it 31? Trying to think. What are you thinking about right now? Most of the time I don't really think much. It is 31. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we'll go grab Impale and get some Impale nodes. Then I think I'll go grab Dread Banner as well. And that doesn't use a lot of mana, so we'll be more than fine. I do like Flesh and Stone for leveling, but it's fine. It's actually what makes me like able to do so long streams, is that I don't really think a lot. My brain is really going on autopilot. So if somebody asks me after saying something, what did you say just now? I probably wouldn't be able to answer, because my brain is just autopiloting, and that is quite nice. That's why whenever I'm doing the Path of Exile University, they are a lot harder for me, because I have to think. Zizaran, do you meditate? Nope. Don't have time for that. By the way, I don't make time for that. Let's see. Coping mechanism for people asking the same question 10 times an hour? Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. So now I have rest through technique. Now I don't have to worry about having like precision or anything like that to accuracy cap. Whereas precision would have accuracy capped me until this point if I wanted to, but that's fine. I haven't really noticed much missing.
Tons of rock. Not a good way to end this tale of mine.
True. True, Mr. Duelist. We are going to go lab. We're just going to get the waypoint here. This is normally when I do lab. Once I get to Crystal Veins, I feel like it's a pretty nice and safe spot. Probably could always do it earlier, and sometimes I will if I have pretty crazy gear. Sometimes I'll level with like, you know, barracks rings and stuff like that on new characters, and that's very, very strong for spellcasters. Here we have the waypoint. Hi Diala, bye Diala. Can you use this character for maps? Yeah. Bladestorm is pretty strong in maps. It's not what I'm gonna use it for. I'm most likely don't know if I'm gonna be Bladestorm or Cyclone in maps yet. I haven't decided yet. I do have a Devotee's Devotion, which makes Cyclone feel pretty nice. Hey mate, first time watching the stream. Thanks for the awesome guidance. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. We're only doing a play with me, and again, for those of you who are just tuning in on Twitch, a play with me is basically a playthrough where I try to explain a lot of the things I'm doing more than normal. So whenever you're in lab, I normally open up PoE lab just to have the layout open there. You don't really need this on normal lab because it's pretty much always just door to door and is always in top right. But at least for the Merciless and Uber lab, it's very nice to have Uber lab open. Or PoE lab open. You see our like Sandstorm is basically killing everything. I only need to do one. Yeah, trials are forever. Do you have a video on how to set up favorite maps? Nope, but I'll make that. I'll make that. So, this is a good teaching moment, especially for the build I'm playing. So, this guy has Reflect, and it's very scary for Bladestorm because I have a lingering effect. So how do I deal with that? Well, there he got hit by something. He got hit by my priority. But I'll normally Flame Dash through him because that's when he activates his Reflect. And then I will kill him before he has the chance to put his Reflect back on because he has a cooldown of it. This is a very, very scary monster, especially in Merciless or Uber when you actually do have damage. And a lot of people think that you just wait 10-15 seconds and then his Reflect is gone. But he actually never puts it on until he takes damage. Let's see. Favorite map video. There. I will make a video about favorite maps. I'm trying to go like pretty hard on YouTube at the moment. We're getting like scaredly close to 4 million views in 30 days, which is really cool. I'm pretty proud of that. But yeah, this is a play with me, so we're just trying to like explain a lot of what we're doing. And it's basically like a 3 or 4 hour like teaching episode. Let's see, I'm actually level 30, so we can grab this. Now, for traps, once you're doing Cruel Lab, you can take the Relic-Kesh Pantheon, which obviously we don't have yet, but the Relic-Kesh Pantheon to take less damage from traps. At this point, if you are going fast through the traps, they basically don't have enough of a surface area to kill you. No, that doesn't work anymore, Bimmer, as far as I remember. So obviously we've already killed the Reflect dude, so we don't have to deal with him for the rest of the playthrough. Then we just very quickly wrap it up here and move on to the next stage. I don't have a POB to link because I haven't planned one out. We are doing that as we level basically. So currently the skill tree looks like this. We have a Rescue Technique, we have Mana Flows. We're gonna go for a Slaughter next.
I can't do this just yet.
There. And as you can see, like the traps do very little damage if you're just running through them quickly. And generally a Life Flask is enough to just out-heal them. Especially normal lab should be fairly easy. Awesome, Medikey. We will make a POB and stuff after the play with me that we'll have in the actual video. I don't know if Oris is here, but I know Oris said he really wanted to make like a... He was gonna start like editing my play with me's a little bit, and also make like a step-by-step leveling tree for the YouTube crew afterwards. We could already start doing that. There. I actually went to the wrong area one time. Since this said lab should be easy, I could see the PTSD flashback in his eyes. Well, that was Uber lab. Let's see. The Uber lab is very dangerous. That's not the normal Uber lab, that's the special ones like Gift of the Goddess that you get from Harvest.
Your destination is more dangerous than the journey, Ascendant.
Let's see, there we have finished ascending. I don't bother with the normal enchant. I don't really have any gloves I care about enchants on. I don't really use glove enchants much. And we are going to ascend Champion. I'm going to take the Impale one first, and then we're going to start leveling with Impale anyway. I wasn't actually planning on that, but here we go. What's the benefit of doing an Uber lab? So Gift of the Goddess has 6 extra enchants. And then Dedication has belt enchants. Let's see, we're going to log on to a different character and grab Impale and Dread Banner. Elkaries, thank you for the sub. Thanks so much. Thanks, Ragnar. How can you be so consistently online? Well, it is my job. It is my job and the only thing I do as well. The better question is, how have I done 47 videos in the last 28 days on YouTube? Let's see. So, currently our skill tree is like this. I'm gonna go grab Slaughter, and then we're probably gonna go down here and grab Harpooner. Yes, you can keep enchanting the same helmet until you get the one you want.
Goodbye.
By having a badass editor, I would be dead and crying without Scrya. Let's see. So we'll grab the gems soon. Whoops, I think I put them here. Impale and Dread Banner. We can just level. That'll actually affect the reservation, won't it? Here, actually, I can throw it down there. Impale, Dread Banner. They don't need to be linked or anything. Just for leveling. There. Now, I go to Highgate first because if I log out or anything, then it'll remember this was the town I was last in. Oh, nice, I guess. I'm glad you like it, dude. Turn our auras back on. We might as well do Dread Banner already. We'll do Herald of Purity, Herald of Ash, Osh. And I don't have... Wait, did I have everything here? Yeah. Oh, I thought I'd have less mana. I don't currently have... Maybe I should grab a jewel slot, but I kind of want to get rid of the onslaught so that I can throw an impale. Let's see. Here. I like killing these. They killed me once in maps. They killed me once in maps. I should put that there. And I can kill most of the ones up there, and I kill the ones down here. There's like a trick Tai uses to like bypass these two. I don't really bother with that much. I love seeing the wild ancestral totems just like jump around. Let's see. Which are like the most must-watch PoE universities? It's kind of hard for me to answer. You're better off asking other people like that, like what they got the most value out of. It's hard for me to say. Like, for example, I actually did not think that the Blight video would be very successful. I thought it would get maybe 10, 15,000 views, and it's out of like 100, and it's the one we get the most praise for. So I'm basically, what I've started doing now, I'm not taking requests right now from Twitch chat, but like I had a tweet open where people could post requests, and generally when somebody says something in Twitch chat for a request for a video, I just do it now. Like I've started trying to improve on just like improving videos very quickly, because if it's like 99% accurate and I can get them out fast, that helps a lot more than having zero info out there. Have you ever died in a play with me? Yes, once. Kravicus killed me one time. Kravicus killed me one time. I've also forgotten to grab the Destroid skill point, I just realized. Should grab that soon. What do you do on Blood Rage? What do you do? Why is my Impale chance right now without the gem or anything? Let's go look. Let's go look a little bit. Where is Bladestorm? Here. Where is Chance to Impale? Chance to Impale is only 30%. Then the Impale gem is going to help, and the what do you call it, is going to help as well. The Harpooner. Harpooner nodes. Let's see. I've been working on gear for this character for when it goes into a Delver for a while. I'm still wrapping up the boots, but I did hit the Maven Orb, so I have boots with 50% chance to avoid ailments. That means that I can get 100% ailment immunity very, very easily. I'll get 35 or something on chest, and then I actually might be able to get the rest on implicits on jewels. That is the goal, ideally. If I can get the rest on jewels, like avoid freeze, avoid shock, etc., then I can actually get 100% through that. And that would free up so many spots. That'd be really nice. I'd like that. Ailment immunity is very, very strong. Means that you can free up your flask for a lot of other stuff. Just wonder if I have enough tools. One of the struggles for this character, I need to farm a lot more delirium because the POB I'm stealing off Dan, he uses a Warcry jewel, and it's kind of mandatory. Kind of a little bit mandatory because I want the minimum power on Enduring Cry so that you can start delving with full endurance chargers. This wouldn't have been needed if TTT didn't nerf Enduring Cry to need like a gazillion mobs nearby to give endurance charges. But now you do actually need, that is the technical term as well, 1 gazillion monsters. Very annoying. Look at that, isn't it beautiful? Look at it jump around. Look at it jump. Builder recommends on starting SSF hardcore. Never played hardcore before. The Blade Blast character is really good. Or the Inquisitor. Are you doing Champion or Slayer because you want it, or because you think it's best for Cyclone? Because it's best for getting 1000 depth on Soul Self on hardcore. That is the only purpose of this character. It's not got nothing to do with playing Cyclone. Nothing at all. Just about delving. Slap, slap, slap.
You die rather well.
Thanks. I know. I know. There, and now, behold, the power of this fully operational Death Star. There. Look at that damage. That's nice. And this is, again, just using, like, very, very little stuff. Like, I feel like I see often, like, a lot of people will throw on, like, shit tons of stuff, right, for leveling. And you don't need to. Like, I'm not using a Tabula. I'm just using, like, I'm using nothing. We have, like, Gold Rim, Career War. This is just movement, speed, and dex and strength. Like, none of my stuff is really that powerful, so hopefully this goes to show that you don't need, like, to deck out a character in leveling gear to do well.
Hunt well.
And a regal here and there goes a very long time. One more level and I get Impale. Aren't rituals good to go leveling gear in SSF? Yeah. Pointed that out earlier. It's really, really strong. Really, really strong. Are you res capped? Yeah.
I can't do this just yet.
There. Yeah, the belt is really nice, but that's also 1C unique. A lot of the problem is that I'll see a lot of leveling guides and stuff recommends like Tabula or things that are like, you know, like you don't need a Tabula for any build to level faster. You really don't. Like you can do completely fine for almost every build with 1 or 2C leveling items.
A king of swords is nothing.
And things you just have lying around.
Is this a joke to you?
Ugh. We'll cap Flame Dash there. I don't have any more int really.
Almost adequate.
Almost. I don't really need to do much. He just dies. There, and D'Arezzo is dead.
Your glory.
Right, we're gonna go Crystal Veins. Now we're gonna go up here, 1 more level, and we get Impaled. It'll be a large amount of single target increase. We have too much damage already. We don't really care about getting more. Because all I want is speed, which Onslaught gives loads of. I actually, on my Assassin Instacker, was playing without Onslaught. It was that fast, I didn't actually notice it. Normally you do really notice when Onslaught is down. Whoops. Don't need to kill her. And you might have noticed while I'm leveling that there's like, first of all, there's like no quest giver I really interact with. It's only to hand in quests to get skill points and stuff like that. You never need to like accept quests from anyone, pretty much. I think there's like 2 exceptions. But yeah, most of the time you don't have to like talk to people a lot. You just do things. And none of the side quests are pretty much worth doing. It's only the skill point ones. You're so close to impale. The damage is going to be insane. We'll have that before Piety, and then that's going to be our gem swap. I should really grab a Viridian Jewel too. Okay, we have Onslaught. 4 seconds on kill. We're gonna grab... Where did I throw my impale earlier? There, we'll do that. I'm not gonna use close combat. I will try to make a video on the Chaos Stinger tomorrow. I was gonna do it today, but getting up in the morning is difficult. Now we have a large amount of damage. No, I can't think of any quest you need to accept first. No, there's none actually. There's a lot to do today as well. Yeah, later today we're doing an AMA with Kriparian. That should be a lot of fun. Where are you, Piety? Where are you? There's a wall there. Did I expect to change? I don't know much about skeletons. It's a build I've actually... Oh, no, I did skeletons once as a boss killer. That's a very long time ago. I'm not really able to help you with that. I'm sorry. Tempered, thank you for the 3 months, dude. Thank you. Ooh. I'm here every day now. No better person to be giving this to each month. Thanks so much, dude.
You're so cute when you're bewildered.
Alright, that's it, Piety. You can't say that. Oh, she can say that. She hurts. Didn't have my granite up. That was a lot of pain. She hurt me. That wasn't very nice. I had a lot of HP too.
Champion. I knew I could rely on you.
Yeah, but it's all about delivering quests. You don't like ever have to grab them. Your Cyclone guide on YouTube is Slayer. Wouldn't Champion just be better for Cyclone? It would not. It would not. I actually want to make a Slayer Cyclone later in the league just for mapping. As a league starting mapping build, then Slayer is really, really nice. It's way easier to go crit as well. You're not able to go crit early.
Now you are simply gorgeous.
There. Hi, I'm gorgeous. Thanks. I'm glad somebody noticed. There. Grabbing that. Going back to town. I pretty much never play Gladiator. Pretty much never. I think Glad is like my least played Ascendancy. I did a very fun Gladiator one time. Also, here's a tip with be very, very careful with cursing Dodri. Because if you curse Dodri, she will get Unholy Might, dealing extra Fizz's Chaos, and obviously we don't really have much Chaos Resist, so it is way deadlier. It's the same as the Cursed Crypt boss will also have like a Curse Explosion. I'm sure a lot of people have died to that. It's like a skeleton. Looks like the guy guarding the golden hand in Act 2. And if you curse that boss, he fires a Curse Explosion that like deals like 10k damage. So he only fires that when he's cursed or marked. It's important to note. There. What do you do if your build is curses and you have to fight her? Then don't let her hit you. Don't let her hit you.
What a pleasure to finally meet you, duelist.
Right. I think I am now going to go for my jewel so that I can get a little bit more mana leech.
Let us bathe
Stop
you
using
in
mana
blood,
flask all the time.
so that this world might be bathed in glory.
Now, exile!
There, and our damage is good. Oh, almost walked into a slam. Almost helmeted it.
Now, exile!
It was a Malachi race one time where the first guy to get there just stood in front of the slam and died instead of winning an Alienware laptop. It was very entertaining for the onlookers. Onlookers? Words are hard. Decoy Totem is very strong while leveling. Alright, here we go. Our damage is good. We still have this shit weapon. We'll get a new one before Kitava. And then craft another one in like BA or something. Cursing with Vuln obviously helps as well. I am wearing Shellfish. You can use your, if you don't like these red circles, you can actually pop them with your totem as well. If you're new to hardcore and you're worried about running into them.
Accept the gift of immortality.
Sure. That sounds like a good deal. He's offering us immortality and we're not taking it? That's a bad deal for me. I would love that. That'd go really well with my Oshabi killer. Oh. Alright. We're done. Oh, nice, Mikey. I'm excited too. Let's see. At this point, we can now get one green on my chest here. And I'm going to throw a Greed Essence on. I'm pretty sure I can use Wailing at this point. We got a really, really nice chest here. It has an open suffix. It does everything the body... It's got everything plants need. Everything plants need. I don't really care that much about the rest of my gear at this point. I already have 1.2k life. Normally I try to make sure I have enough over like at least 1.2, 1.4 before Kitava, and then I'm happy.
Still, I live.
Oh good, it has electrolytes. I just came to thank you for all the content and what you do for the community. You basically taught me PoE. Huge fan. Thanks for reading. You're welcome, dude. And I am reading chat a lot less during this. Normally I'm just trying to focus on the play with me. We need one more level until we get our mana leech.
I can't do this just yet.
Yeah, I have the dash red point already. It is grabbed. I'm just that fast. Timber Axe. Is Timber Axe any good? What's the one above Timber Axe? I think there's one of like... Oh, maybe I do the 41. Isn't there one of 43 or 45? I'm trying to remember what axe that is. What level's Labrace? No, Labrace is 49. Headsman. Headsman axe is 45, right? What's the attack speed on a headsman axe? This is 125. 1.3. We'll do that. I'll have this in my inventory, but I think we'll do the 45 one. Now, once you get to the Chamber of Innocence, that is a really, really nice place to overlevel. You'll even see a lot of the racers will do that because there's so much density there. So doing a few laps there will like really make you like cruise through the next few levels, especially at like a lot. It's a lot safer. Boom. So nice. I love all skills. I love all skills. Do you play RimWorld? Yeah, I love RimWorld. I've actually played it a few times on stream too. Big fan. I'm just gonna grab one to replace my rings here. That is better. Doesn't have life. And that's fine. Romanian Drunker. Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub, dude. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate the support. Excited for the Kriparian anime today. I'm very hyped. I tried to sleep in a little so I wouldn't be that tired because it's a bit later. Hope I can do a good job. There. Now, there's a few shortcuts here. So, like, obviously do remember you can go through these to get, like, up and down places. But there's another less known shortcut. If you're ever, like, in a race to Kitava and you just want to skip the skill point, you can just dash through here. And then, like, up to the right here is, the quest for progressing. Obviously, the skill point is to the left here. So... We don't actually save any time by doing this, but that is specifically for like going for Kitava very quickly. When is PoE 2? Smile? Probably at least 1 year, maybe 2 years away. At least 1, maybe 2 years away. Let's see. I am going to throw in the correct jewel, which is that one. If I had swords, it'd actually be a pretty nice jewel. But now, without using a mana flask, my mana should be a lot better. Because we're already dealing a decent amount of damage. So, I think I am actually able to completely stop using a mana flask. Also, if you have Lion's Roar, it is really nice for leveling. I don't really want to like put on Flesh and Stone still, because I had a very, very little mana left. But it is not bad. Works more if you have an Enduring Flask. Then you always have mana. Look at that damage. That's nice. Especially considering we don't really have much. And we're still using our level 23 double axe. So as you can see, you don't really need to upgrade all the time. Obviously, if you're new to hardcore, that will make it a lot safer. Right, let's see. Let's go kill some innocent civilians. They give experience. If you ever wonder if we're the good guys, we are not. We are not the good guys in this story. We are, in fact, the bad guys. Man, I hate proxy shields so much. I'm saving them from dying to them. Oh my god, proxy shields are annoying. Wow, you actually know the story? Yeah. I got sick with the flu like 4 years ago, and I had one of the comic books from the supporter packs, and I read like most of that. It's like the only time I've been sick enough to take a day off streaming. Alright, let's go down and grab a harpooner. How much chance to impale is that? 30. Do I need more than that? How much do we have right now? Where's my sand and blood? 70. Yeah, that is all we need. So we'll grab harpooner. We'll be at 100% impale for Giga Dam. Obviously, get decent impale stuff from being a champion. Yay, proxy shields. It's everybody's favorite. I wish they added more of them.
I can't do this just yet.
Pretty good damage already, though. And we'll bother getting a new weapon pretty soon. I realized yesterday I was there was this one guy posting negative comments about me on Reddit, and I was getting baited and actually replying to it. And then I checked his post history, and he is literally no post. Like every post he has is only shit talking me. It's like 3 or 4 year old account, and literally not a single post that isn't about me. Literally the entire purpose of the account is to shit talk me. I was like, oh, Why am I replying? I need to stop caring. It's hard though. Like, it's not like it was like every third post or something. It was literally every post. You live in rent-free in that dude's head. Yeah, that was impressive. Oh my god, yes. Proximity shields should have old volatile. The volatiles in the game used to explode instantly for full damage on your face. Blade Blast is a really good build whistle. Whether it's for DMCA purposes or not, I really like the music you play. Yeah, I try to listen to game OSTs where the developer is generally fine with them being uploaded to YouTube and stuff. See, I could go grab a Jade Flask. Jade Flask is really, really strong and a good way of dealing with porcupines. A lot of people struggle with porcupines, and I see a lot of comments of people going like, oh my god, I wish porcupines were removed from the game. They're so bullshit. Those people are not using a Jade Flask because they basically completely eliminate them. Like, my character was struggling a little bit with porcupines. I put on a Jade Flask, and even in level 83 maps, it is no longer a problem. No, Ragnang, not really. Not really, Ragnang.
The world must be cleansed of impurity. Burn!
It still gets muted on Twitch, Ragnang. Doesn't matter. Apparently there's nothing you can do to not get your VOD muted like that on Twitch. Yep, Blood Reaper is great. Cauterizer is a lot better. Cauterizer, you basically, as soon as you can equip it, you can go all the way to maps with the Cauterizer. And you can probably do like tier 7 maps or something. Very, very strong. So these waves are actually exactly 10 waves before he comes out of his channeling form. He's exactly 10 waves. Ow. There we go. It's like 10 waves too many? I know. I mean, Cortex is worth running if you get the items worth selling. They're not worth running if you don't get the item worth selling. How it is with most things. I am the torch. Well, that's good. He's literally lit. See, we'll go grab that.
I can't do this just yet.
Bladestorm is really good. It's not a ZDPS ability. It's like really, really good endgame too. In most races, people will use Bladestorm. Well, most melee races. Whoop. Right, let's see. Now, I actually didn't need to do Innocence here, because normally what you want to do... You know, I think I will only level to 41 here. But you can actually level here to like, 43 is very, very common. 45. Actually, I might do 43. But either way, it's a really, really nice place to level, because you see in like every area like this... I'm actually going to go grab Blood Rage as well. But in every area like this, there is a blue pack. I want to grab Blood Rage so I can get a little bit more damage. And speed.
Greetings.
Give me the rage. There, I'm gonna throw a Vile Double Strike down here and Blood Rage up here. Do you know if anyone still plays with Cold Steel Impale? Nope. You'd have to wait 4 seconds. It's very clunky. There, how does that feel? Ah, my life is fine. Sweet. That is worth 12% more damage. And some more attack speed. And again, like every like pedestal, I don't know what you would call them, but they have blue packs. So it's very, very quick to level to like 43 or 45 here. If you're new to hardcore, this is actually really, really good, especially for spellcasters, to level to like 50. You are probably not going to die then. You'll have so much damage. You'll have so much extra HP. It really makes a big difference if you're new to hardcore. Makes a very, very big difference. My over leveling makes it so much safer. Right now we have pretty great damage and we are about to make a proper weapon. Most likely going to use an essence. And again, if you don't have essences, you also have the option of using the fizz recipe with the rustic sash, rare rustic sash, Bladestorm, and then regaling and crafting the flat fizz. Both of those are really, really good options for getting a really good weapon. When you get an essence, you do have the chance that you might have to use a few because you might not have an open prefix. You don't have that problem with the recipe. But you do also have the option of maybe it actually rolls like a really insane leveling axe. Really, really insane leveling axe. But is a rare item better than a unique item and when reversed? Rare items are generally always better than unique items. There are just some unique items that have properties that you can't get on rares, and that's when you use them. Right, let's see. We're grabbing some harpooner.
Remember.
See, we don't need anything here. I'll grab more ED ones.
Now where
There,
was I?
and now we have harpooner. Now I have a 100% chance to impale. With my dread banner up, obviously. We're gonna grab 43. Pretty easy, Christ, when you're delving a lot.
Just yet.
Pretty easy. There, decent damage. Look at that impale. Beautiful. Loads of crafting guides, Zizaran. Loads. Very many. We're gonna go here till 43. It's gonna be very, very smooth. Probably don't need to. Probably 41 is enough. Let's see. Do I need any resists? I don't, because I can craft... I can actually get new gloves. Oh no, I could keep them. I could keep them. Now you could use greed essences for leveling, especially if you're new to hardcore. That will give you... You could easily be... With some greed essences, you could easily be 1800 life right now. And that makes it pretty much impossible to die during leveling with a granite. Granite is huge, and that amount of life is huge as well. Silver coins, PogChamp. Don't mind if I do. Never know when you get faded connections. Craft of Exile, if you're very new, can be very overwhelming, I think, but it is a good tool once you learn how to use it. That is something I want to make a video about very soon. Look at this. Look at this damage. It's beautiful. We don't need... We're still using our level 23 weapon. Goes to show you don't need a tabula or a 6 for leveling. It's pretty low, Necro. Well, it's okay. Let's see. What do I want next? That is a great mystery in life. We could take these nodes. These nodes are pretty nice. And gives me permanent attack leech even without blood rage. There's axe nodes here. There's more axe nodes here too. These are a lot of damage. I'll take these. Why not? They're nice. They're not bad. Also, we can already craft this because I'm not going to bother for a 45 axe. We'll use a 43. I don't think I can use Screaming. I just want to check. I'm pretty sure I can't though. But either way, I'm going to use 4 whetstones. I'm fairly sure this is too high level requirement. It is not. It is fine. Now, sadly, this is actually... If this didn't have the cold, it would be really good. But it does. It does have the cold, so we're going to have to go again until we can craft percentage Fizz or until it has it on its own. This is a very, very good one because it has attack speed too. So here we have Annealed from the Screaming, and it has a tier 4 attack speed. That's great. And now we just craft percentage Fizz. ASAP Crackle. Right, as soon as you have the fire damage leech, you can use the Soul Tether. Let's see, 48 is too high, and I don't want to use that many. Well, I mean, the ults kind of suck too. You know what? I'm going to craft again. There we go. Let's just pretend we only did that once. That was a lot of ults. Let's see. There, that's fine. We have our Blood Rage here, our Dread Banner, and our Herald of Purity. And now our damage goes from 1.3 to 2.8. So obviously, like, switching more often would be really, really good. I, like, over doubled my damage there, but I don't really feel like I need to. I don't really feel like I need to switch very often. Can't use it Zeri's Promise before you get the fire damage they stilt on that build. That Zeri's Promise is like map. So no.
I can't do this just yet.
Yeah, Warnix, but you really do want one. You really do want one. There, and now our damage is pretty insane. We can probably just drop one Sandstorm and that'll clear out everything now. Maybe even blues? Yeah, mostly. There, that is smooth. And I could actually use the Sulfur Flask now for more damage too. I don't have a Lion's Roar, sadly. That's actually a bit of an issue, but I do have some unique beasts for flasks. I don't really want to explain Soul Tether and stuff during play with me. Basically, it gives you Slayer Overleach. It's explained in any build guide that uses it that I have. But yeah, so we are wrapping up level 43 here. I'm also going to take a quick break once I kill Kitava. May or may not be edited out. If Oris is able to do the editing, we'll do it. If Skryia has to, we're not able to because it's too long to render 5-hour video. I don't think I'm going to be playing this character that much today. I'll basically get to BA and then I'm going to farm Jewelers and Fusings because I really need a 6th link. And I don't have a 6th link yet. That's why I made a Chaos Slinger yesterday. There, we can now leave. We can now leave. Right. What else do I need? Right, we'll just grab those. We'll probably grab these two for like more recovery. Then again, I don't use leech that much, so it doesn't really matter.
What in damnation have you?
Yeah, I'll be playing the Chaos Singer later. There. Alright, now we're gonna... Here you actually have to be a little bit careful. This is a fairly dangerous zone. Just so many things with proximity shield here. So, while rushing, it can be very, very easy to get killed here. Happens quite a lot to a lot of people. Actually, I kind of want that div card. There. We're coming up on Kitava. Kitava should be very easy, and then we just got a rest cap after that. And then we're on our way. We already have way more than enough HP. I normally go for at least 1200 for Kitava. And then I have enough. Now, it is kind of interesting to note that Act 5 Kitava is miles harder than Act 10 Kitava. Because Act 10 Kitava doesn't really have a proper slam that is hard to avoid. Whereas Act 5 Kitava actually does. It sometimes targets your totems and stuff and can be very easy to misread. So Act 5 is a lot harder than Act 10. If you've ever died to Kitava in Act 5, don't feel too bad about it. If you died to Kitava in Act 10, then you should feel bad about it. I'm just kidding. It is a lot harder. Yeah, now we have basically a weapon. This can carry us easily to Blood Aqueducts. We probably would make a new weapon there. Can't remember exactly what level I can put on a Starforge, but I could use that later and swap out of Axis. KW, thanks so much for the Twitch Prime. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Alright, let's see. Remember, if you are on a new character, the fist recipe is in there. Let's see, we're gonna go grab the skill point as well. 67 for Starforge. Cool. Nerve Sympathetic, thank you for the Prime. War Attack, thank you for the 2 months. And Stinger, thank you for the Prime as well. Thank you so much for the support, guys. It is very, very appreciated. I'm glad you guys are enjoying all the content. Alright, let's see. It's nice to throw down some totems while they're leveling and they can just like clear for you. Now, War Chief totems do sort of like... and like stop working very quickly when you run off screen. Oh, nice Pixel. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that, dude. What's overwhelming odds again? I can't remember. Is that the hybrid flask fortify? So you could use that while mapping, but it won't help you on bosses. Fortify on cleave? No, that sounds... No, you can't, because you can never use cleave. You have a mace. That'll never work. You're never gonna have a weapon to cleave with. I mean, with General Cry, and you're still never gonna have a weapon to cleave with. It's the same way you can't use General's Cry with a wand. So you can't use the attacks. Never gonna work. General's Cry doesn't use their own weapon. He uses yours. Okay, we're just grabbing the skill point here quickly. Then we're gonna go over to Kitava. Then we're gonna do a quick break. Kitava should be very, very easy with this. Why do you skip rituals? It's never worth doing while leveling. Worth doing on your first character and then never again after.
Remember, we do this for free.
There. Got the skill points. So I they're both tied to attack. But I mean, no, it could... I mean, if there's only other attack mods, then sure. Let's see. What do I need? There, we're getting martial art experience.
Can't do this just yet.
And I can grab the other axe node. Doing so much damage. We actually should just go for more life. I think we'll go for the Scion Life Wheel pretty soon. Do I even need the Scion Life Wheel? Maybe I don't. I'm gonna open the Path of Building and look for the Dan build, just so I can use less regrets later. Because this build is like mostly just gonna be respec. But I do need like high level for that. I need cluster jewels. I need a lot of things before I steal Dan's build. But at least now we have really good damage. Very, very good. Very smooth now. I would just do like one attack. Flame dash through there. I need to like run around the gaps and stuff when there's an opening. Generally anything you can like see there's an opening and you can flame dash through. It's part of the reason why I like flame dash a lot too. Can't always sleep slam through everything. There. Now this should go very, very smoothly. And do remember to like, try to not move too much until he slams, because you want to be sure you know where he's aiming at. I also try to have my granite flask ready for if I'm about to tank a slam. It's pretty much getting a one shot though. Pretty much getting one shot. So is his heart. We have so much damage now. It feels really nice too, because I got like the attack speed. There. Poor Kitava. Poor Kitava getting bullied. We're gonna take a short break after this. May not be edited out. It's such a long video. There. Alright. We're safe. We can't die anymore. We can't actually die from this. We can actually die from that. I died once during a play with me. Oh no! Ow. Alright, I will be right back. I will be right back. Like 3 minutes. Go stretch or whatever. Oh, hope you guys are enjoying the play with me so far. I'll be right back. Hello. And now we can do the Act 6 quest if you need gems. It's pretty much worth doing always, but... No, Cataclysm. Don't think so.
I can't do this just yet.
Yeah, once this character gets like level 94, I'll be Facebreakers. Thereabouts. So nice with the AoE from the War Chief. We don't have that much AoE ourselves. They clean up very nicely too, really. I can just run with them. Taking my War Chiefs for what? If you and Quinn can start the same build from scratch and race to a Maven kill, that would be awesome. You mean like League start? Like the thing is like Quinn hasn't killed Maven yet, and he's also like fairly new to the game. Whereas it would probably take me 1 or 2 days to get to Maven and kill her now. When I first start, Maven was very, very easy. It is not really much of a race, I'm afraid. He's very, very new to the game and still learning. Of course, I am generally top 10. And he insists on playing builds with very little damage, which does not help. It's just never going to be a fair race. People are confused what leagues are. Yeah. How long has he been playing? Me? I've got 21,000 hours. You can change your opinion on Maven if you try it as melee. I mean, the first 10 or 15 kills were melee. The first 10 or all the first kills in hardcore, like melee was the first to kill it. Like melee is really good for that fight. Steel Mage did it with melee, Darky, Alk. Nearly every first kill is melee. Melee is very, very strong right now. It's like the strongest builds for melee. Earthquake isn't melee? Oh, so you're talking about if you're doing Maven with Glacial Hammer, she's hard? Sure, I'll agree if you're doing Maven with Glacial Hammer, she's hard. Sure, just don't play bad skills then. I don't get it. That seems like a dumb comparison. Seems like a dumb comparison to me. Alright, let's see. What about Frostbites? Yeah, Frostbites should be fine. I see it. Oh, yeah. Melee is very, very strong for Maven. Maven is just a very, very easy fight on most things in general. Seen a lot of people farming with Static Strike even.
I can't do this just yet.
Very, very easy with that. I've played around a little bit with like some melee kills and standard.
Didn't even break a sweat.
The only thing that's like very, very bad for Maven is Righteous Fire, because if you, it's way more punishing to get clipped by the beams. Way more punishing to get clipped by the beams, but melee is completely fine for Maven. It's just Maven has a lot of shock value that's like very, very overwhelming. It's a very different fight than anything else we have. So until you learn the fight, it's very hard, and after you've done like 3 or 4, like I have very smooth Maven kills now. And I've done 5? I've done 5 Mavens now. The kills are very smooth. Let's see. And I remember when I first saw the Maven fight, I was like, wow. It's gonna be a hard fight. Blade Blast is very easy, yeah. Very, very good for it. DD, very, very good for it. I don't know how it is for minions. I haven't played minions for a while. Well, I mean, the thing is, like, right now, the memory game isn't really a thing on Maven, which is, they'll probably change it to be more like Shaper. But right now, you can skip the entire memory game part. You can skip the entire memory game part. There's no reason to do it. You can just log out. I would rather it was more like Shaper. Or at least it costs you like 3 portals if you failed one. But I don't care that much. It doesn't affect too much. What can they change about it? They could lower the invulnerability to be like Shaper, where it's like 3 or 5 seconds. Instead of 1 minute. I mean, they most likely will, because right now that is supposed to be one of the harder things of the fight. Whereas you can just log out. It's a lot harder if you can't log out. Minor builds are really strong, yeah. A lot of fights in Path of Exile are very good to like glass cannon down. Uber's here, for example, is a very hard fight until you glass cannon her. What about us two headers with bad memory? Well, it's hard then. That's I have pretty bad memory too. Right, coming up here. So in this fight, you really, really want to practice moving in circles more than any other fight early on. Basically, like, yeah, it's a good practice fight. Standing still in this fight equals easy death. Which fight is considered the hardest now in PoE? Oshabi. Really? I mean, Oshabi has like a lot of moves that can like absurdly kill you when she has no loot. Like, the character that I died to Oshabi on can very easily do the Feared. It can do Uber Ziri. I did loads of Uber Elders. I did Uber Ziri as well. But Owl and Oshabi are like the hardest ones. What about Tool? Tool isn't really a boss
do this just yet.
compared to the other ones. But yeah, Oshabi and Owl are the hardest fights at the moment because they're the only fights that get mods. Well, the Twisted Cortex fight is pretty hard. But it also depends on the build. On the DD fight, but like if you're playing the Cortex or all of those on the Detonate Dead build, you have like 20 million DPS when you bring in only the crab. So much damage. There, we're done here. We're gonna go. Oh wait, around past, we should go get the skill point actually. Should grab both the early skill points here. We have so much life at this point, so we're not really gonna get killed much. Go for life nodes next, actually. Then we can we'll grab the 2 skill points and we'll look at like what gems I have and the skill points, etc. I'll be Cyclone Champion once I'm level 94 for delving. Or around that level anyway. High level. Maybe earlier, but then I can only do delve. Just need to find something nice to level with. Technically, I should go Slayer. I really should just go Slayer. That's fast. It's zoomy. And I crit with my Starforge. It's really what I should have done and just eaten more regrets. I really should have done that. Right, let's see. Depends what you want it for whip too. Our hardest synthesis Maven imitation. They died pretty quickly and didn't do much damage for me. But like everything was really, really easy on the DD character except for like I even tried the feared and did that deathless and standard. It was very, very easy. The only problem is Washabi, really. Washabi's insane. Yes, major fish. Do you know, it's pretty funny that we're all copying Dan's build, and Dan is actually not going to play this build for delving. Dan is actually going to play occultist. So it's kind of funny that we're all copying him and he's switching. But still a really, really good build. Kind of hope Dan wins. We'll see. Don't think I have much chance for the delve race. I'm pretty bad at delving. And I've never played a Transcendence build. Transcendence like switches what you should be scared of around a lot. You have to be scared of degens, so that might like feel a bit weird. Gonna be very unnatural. So you don't have to be scared of hits anymore. Degens will insta you. So I have to be very good at avoiding anything with a degen. Yeah, there's a delve race at the moment. For a few $1,000s. It's in the, you can just Google Path of Exile Maven race. And it says the details there. We're gonna go up here now. Actually, should have just grabbed this for one point instead, but that's fine. I'm gonna go up here now and grab the Scion Life Veil. Can I grab this?
Greetings.
Oh, that's what I didn't grab. Hoggish. There. I need some skill points. We'll go up here. There. I don't need this. I, in fact, don't even need a mana flask anymore. But hey, you just throw in a jade flask. I want to reach at least 800, but you're gonna need 11 or 1200 to win. 11 or 1200 to win. There's no immunity I need, right? Ah, that'll do. That'll do. Don't need curses for leveling. I don't think there's anything we need right now. We're almost rest capped. A little nowhere, maybe. Maybe. To low tier cold and lightning. We are level 40, so that's fine. Not sure. I not play Archmage. I play very little Archmage. Very little. There. Hopefully we have enough mana. Mana? 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 Do 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 do. And we are level 47, so we're kind of almost over leveled. Yeah, sorry, what were you asking Whip 2? What did you want the Cyclone build for? Like, what content do you want to do? Like, the champion could be, like, decent for bossy and stuff. And delving, but if you want, like, a mapping character, then you do Slayer. So much easier to go crit onto. How do you get platinum watchstones? Do the 10 fight, 10 Washabi fight, the arena. And hope for RNG. Yeah, Jailer. Get some practice in and it helps a lot. I meant Maven, the 10 Maven fight, not Washabi. You know what? Maven's living in my head right now, alright? Maven. Washabi's living in my head. 10 Washabis. Literally insta kill. How do you feel about Terminus S Flicker on hardcore? If you hate your eyes and you hate yourself and you want to repeatedly experience the leveling process, that sounds like a good idea. Goodbye, currency orb, whatever you were. Going pretty fast now, though. A Regal. Regals are actually pretty rare while leveling. They're really easy to get in the end game because you get the Regal recipe and stuff. Look at Pip. Why do people link Maim to Flesh and Stone? It gives the Maim extra power. Makes it a more powerful Maim than normal. Maim effect or something. Look at that little sandstorm. Every time I play this build, I have like do 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 in my head. Level 48. The enchant for this build is very, very strong. The +1 like Strom. The Delray started on the 15th of January and ends on the 15th of February. And it is basically just everybody playing solo self on hardcore. Normally we've done like rank 1 in Del, but now we're doing top 3. Is Ritual going to be short as fuck? It's 3 monthly. Playing your ED Contagion build, I'm curious, do you have a non-low life version? Yeah, I don't have any low life version for ED Contagion. I only have CI. Life and CI. Don't have any low life version. I love the Ancestral War Chief. It's so nice. Once we like finish this, there's a neat little trick you can do as well, where you can like just skip the staircase basically. Look at that, it's beautiful. Yeah, Blame Blast is a really good boss healer to play. I wonder if that can go all the way down. Nope. Doesn't flow long enough. Yeah, the Piranda's Atlas passive is insane. I've had like loads of tier 1 uniques. No Headhunter yet. If you walk down here, he will instantly spawn, and then you can just flame dash down. Don't have to wait for the boat. Alright, let's see.
I can't do this just
We're
yet.
gonna go kill Mr. Krabby Crab. This is actually a fairly dangerous zone, so if you're on hardcore, you want to stay away from the golems. The golems, if they have like critical or extra damage, etc., it can very, very easily one-shot you if you're sub 2k HP. Sub Fizz aura, especially, like the orange extra damage aura. Very, very scary. That one and the higher one. This one is like extra fire, extra cold, and it has the damage aura. Like they can, if they crit, they'll one-shot you. So we've seen a few people on League start getting killed here. There. This fight should be pretty easy too, and there's a few tricks in this fight, especially if you're... Wait, where's the thing? Hello? This is just a massive dead end? It shouldn't be. If you are low on resistance stuff, you can go back to town when he's doing the electricity stage. You don't actually need to be there, so we can showcase that. I usually don't bother with that anymore. I usually dodge it to make it go a few seconds more. No, I haven't done the Winter Orb one yet. Haven't done the Winter Orb, play with me. So weird, dead end. Here it is. Actually, almost one is killing rares now. It's nice. Here we go. Right, now we have to listen to Nessa's novella.
A man like you would never
See,
disappoint a
let's
lady.
grab there. 1800 life.
Don't you see?
I am a gift.
Sumptuous feast for His Majesty on his wedding day. Really, we are both so touched by your generosity.
Easy peasy, stage 1. Now, so in this stage, you can just do this. You can just do this if you don't want to deal with the storms. You can just chill out. 2 chances of proccing. Oh. That's ironic. Okay, normally you don't crash. Normally you don't crash. Okay. Okay. Well, now we lost some time. I don't even need it. I was just wanting to show it because I know sometimes people struggle when they're low rest and stuff. Really? Why did it happen to me? I made my mistake. Alright. But either way, you can just, like you see there, you can just, like, portal out. And then just wait. And you can even put a new portal down while you're in your emerald, and you won't lose your emerald. Just don't move or use abilities. But it's pretty easy to dodge too. It's just if you're low on res. You get one shot on this boss, then the trick is really good for you. It's also a very, very telegraphed boss, so it's pretty easy to avoid getting hit. Just don't let his slam hit you. Lear Arthane. Don't know what that is. No, not taking that. Alright, let's see. We already have all the skill points from here. We're going to run to Act 7. Act 7 is really good, especially on League Start, because this is where you get your first granite, diamond, or jade flask. I think you can take basalt as well, but that's whatever. Either way, I usually take a granite or a jade here. Jade if you're a trickster, and granite if you're anything else. If you're a trickster, you're basically immortal at this point, because jade does so much. I have both, so I'm literally immortal as long as these flasks are up. Pretty much nothing can kill you with those flasks up. Obviously, there's not enough density to keep them fully up all the time. Depends how fast you're clearing. Alright, let's see. Boop. It's still always worth to kill blue packs and stuff. Look at that Val Ancestral War Chief. Why is that guy banned?
I can't do this just yet.
Hero banned him for shit-stirring in other channels. Oh. Drama frogs. What's the concept of today's stream, just to make sure I get it? This is a play with me, so it's basically I'll level a new character on a budget and just talk a lot during the leveling, explain what I'm doing, like why I'm changing things, what skill points I take. Just like a more in-depth, like long leveling guide. It's also good background material for people on YouTube that want to listen to something for like hours. Whoops. Right, let's see. Are you utilizing Berserker on the Instacker? I'm not. I don't have a way of using it. I don't have rage. I don't have rage. What is your deepest Dell level now? Like 150. I haven't started yet. That's what this character's for. Right, let's see. Let's go grab a here. Thanks, Frizzy. No idea. I don't use many delirium orbs. They're like kind of hard to like safely use in hardcore. Depends what build you are. They're actually really nice on a Blade Blast Chieftain. I really do want a Blade Blast Chieftain in this league. They're so strong. Maybe try to build Transcendence on it. I've never done that before. Like this character is going to be Transcendence, so hopefully I'll learn a lot about how to perfectly set it up and how to get enough armor. Yeah, I just crashed on loading screen too. Let's see. So here we're gonna go grab whoops. There. Throw in Maligaro's map, and we're gonna go kill Maligaro. There, I don't really have a jewel I want to bother with. Let's see. Cornelius donated $20. Hi, fight with Maven after watching your video was easy on software 0 desk, but a few ways days ago I asked you about empty harvest and you told me it's so shabby. And she'll probably kill me, and she did sadly, not just me. Yep. Very, very dangerous. Probably the dangerous fight in the game right now. Also has no loot. What is Transcendence? So Transcendence is what we're going to be doing on this character once it's high level. It's a Legion Keystone, and it's basically going to be that elemental damage gets affected by armor. So I'll be borderline immortal against elemental damage. Then degens will be the thing that kill me, so I have to skip degens. And I won't be able to map on this character anymore. That's a problem for future. This is like only a dedicated Delver. As you can see now, we have like a large amount of damage too. We really don't need anymore during the campaign. We can just focus on taking life. Once we get to BA, I'm gonna go farm 6 sockets on my Chaos Slinger until the AMA. Actually, I really need one more stone as well. One more of the like titanium stones or whatever. Let's see. Why no close combat? Don't really need it.
I can't do this just yet.
Does it give you movement speed, or does it just make your next movement ability instant? I can't remember exactly what it gives you. It's at 7 PM GMT. 6 hours from now. Nice tempered cuts. So pretty easy boss fights at this point. We're just churning through the game, getting Tech 9. We're doing main quests only, right? No, we're doing all the quests that you need to do. We're doing all the quests. We've done all the skill points and everything. There are loads of quests that there's no reason to do ever. Harvest crafting is the best for cluster jewels. That's not a quest, Mythostral. I don't know if it's being used in the build. I haven't looked that much yet. I'm just working on all the gear and we'll steal the build later. Oops, this is the right place, I think. Maybe. Well, like if you look on PoEDB, you'll see that anything on a cluster jewel also has tags. So you can do like augment fizz, augment attack depending on the cluster jewel. You can like practice around on Craft of Excel and see what's the best way to craft your cluster jewel. Craft of Excel is super powerful. Let's see. So we're just rushing to Act 9 and then we're ditching this character for a bit. We gotta figure out how to level it. I might say Bladestorm or go Cyclone. Well, I'll most likely go use the Starforge as well, since I have one. I've rolled over so many, like 600 and 700 DPS weapons. Trying to get like a really, really nice 800-900 one if I actually want to play melee. Because this character is going to be using Facebreaker in game. What enchant is that? Boot. Boot enchant. Mana regen if you cast a spell recently. The only mana boot. Is Dumblow still good? You'd have to ask Baylor Mage. He loves that build. You have any guide to craft explodey chest? Yep. First harvest episode on YouTube. Very easy to make. Guaranteed. So this is actually a fairly dangerous fight, and I usually also will do my Cruel Ascension after this, so we're gonna do that.
I can't do this just yet.
Let's see. You gotta just be scared of the rain, basically, is what does the most damage. And once he comes down, he's easy. And he can't really kill us because he dies before he can do anything. Now, I will go Ascend. True Knight made a massive axe. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Now that you've played both DD Inquisitor and Necro, which do you prefer? I think is the best. I've never played the Necro. Never played the Necro. Alright, let's see. And then I take Soul of Relicash. That makes the traps do less damage. And we're going to go Ascend and grab... yeah, the Fortify. We're going to go grab the Fortify. That's what we're going to do. Well, we need Merc Club for that. Alright, let's see. So we'll run through here quickly. And then again, PoE Lab is really, really good for running. Just pop open PoE Lab and just boom. Here's what the Cruel Lab looks like today. Do remember, if you don't know, that the fastest person every day on each league through Lab actually gets a unique jewel. So you get one per day. The Uber Lab one, I think is like... anyone can price check the Uber Lab one, Emperor's Mastery, but I think it's like 30 or 40 exalts on softcore. I have two? 50x now. Yeah, I have 2 of those. I did that like day 2 and day 3. And there's one for each lab. So normal, cruel, merciless, and Uber. And there's like one set for SSF and one set for normal league. Now, early on, what some people did was they made a shit ton of private leagues, leveled up characters in them where they really only need people, and just run Uber lab. So they could make a couple 100x per day. But now it's only on the parent league. So now there's only on like... private leagues don't count anymore. You have to beat the actual parent league. Nah, Scorpio. This is Bladestorm. We now have a large amount of life. We have a large amount of life. Yeah, it's a pretty expensive jewel. There are like a few people that are really good at running them. There's been a few people that have been hard to beat, but I usually get a few everything.
Just yet.
I usually try to do it early before people start thinking about it. Start to do it on SSF? Yeah, you generally want a specific character just for that. I just did it on my DD character, but it's gotta be fast. Zoom, zoom. I don't know why I was gonna run for a Dark Shrine. I considered it for a moment. Whoops. Wrong way. I don't actually need any enchant on anything. I have a couple of 70 steps. I really should Val one of them to get an implicit. Maybe double crop some. That'd be fun. So easy to farm Val temples now with the new upgrades for regions. Like Clinic Cairns is like super easy to get double corruption temple. Do you feel the change to Master Metal hurt Champion? Yeah, I mean, it was a bit of a nerf. Not huge though. There's a lot of 6 things that aren't worth like deferring because you're just gonna vendor them for Divine. In the Incursion Temple, you can get a corruption rim, which double corrupts an item. Exoit, thanks so much for the prime, dude. Thank you, thank you.
You were born for this.
Oh.
Wisdom is the
Oh.
offspring of suffering.
Yeah, I only play hardcore Rakin. I only play hardcore. There. Generally, only time I play softcore is to practice bosses on standard, which I normally do once or twice a year, and then I play blindfolded on softcore. That is it. Ugh. Did you ever die in hardcore because you had to sneeze? Nope. Not so far. I died one time because I was drinking. Not alcohol, just a beverage. I almost died to a sneeze.
An aspirant can afford
Hey, Jasper.
promising. An empty empire awaits you with open jaws. No two battles are alike.
True. Oh. He's trying to hurt me. There. Now we are ascended. I really need Cruel Lab for it to actually do anything, so I'm not even using Fortify right now. Not even using Fortify. And I don't care about the Cruel Enchant. It is so nice as well. What about the clip in the intro? Wasn't that a sneeze rip? Well, seeing as my character didn't die, I wouldn't call it a sneeze rip. Seeing as the character didn't die. Let's see. Wait, we've ascended. I need Merc Lab. I usually do Merc Lab, depending a little bit on character strength, but if it's a very strong character, as soon as I get to Blood Aqueduct.
Just yet.
I mean, sometimes I've done it as early as now, because sometimes you just have like so much spare gear on the character that it is very easy. This character is very strong, but I'll wait a little bit. Has to stand next to a Zara, which could like pretty easily go on tap. Be nice to get like 2.5k life. I'm gonna drop a portal here, so we're gonna portal back to that later, and then we're gonna run to the next waypoints. There's no region where Zana farming matters. I usually do it in Haywork just for more harvest. Wouldn't it be beneficial to use Fortify with a movement seal? I don't have any movement seal that can proc Fortify. Don't have one. Let's see. And we're just running through. This is a fairly dangerous area. Jade Flask helps a lot here. With the Jade Flask, yep, they can't hit you, the Chaos Bitters. But we've seen a few people in races get like volleyed by standing still and getting hit by like all of these. If you're just rushing through with a Jade Flask and keeping the Jade up permanently, you are pretty much immortal here too. Flasks are like the #1 defense in the game, especially early on, but even up to like, well, pretty much always. And #1 thing, I see people complaining about dying, but then they have like 3 life flasks and 2 mana flasks or some shit like that, or just Quicksilvers. Like Granite, Jade, etc. Very, very insanely strong. It is a insane, huge, noticeable difference. And that is the #1 thing new players fuck up. This is actually the easiest layout in Mall City. A lot of people hate this, but when you see there's a big chasm right by the entrance, it is the most recognizable layout. It's also easy to read wrong because normally you have to run to the left, sometimes far left, but on this one you just stay by the chasm, and the chasm guides you straight to the entrance. It's always a straight line here from the entrance, except for one layout that is very, very far left. If we look here now, you can see that it's like whoosh, straight line pretty much from the entrance. Very, very easy to recognize with the chasm. So for porcupines, like I said earlier, if you have a Jade Flask, you're basically immune to porcupines. Jade Flask shorts that right out.
I can't do this.
They're no longer scary. Flasks are very, very strong. Like most people that are struggling with this game just aren't using flasks or don't have a lot of uptime on it. See, we're gonna make sure that I have both my Vol skills now, and then we're just gonna run down and slaughter Gruthkull. Whoop! See ya! Love those Vol skills. Yeah, Ethereal. Should be fine. Watching one of the videos, yeah, I love Tyrion. It's one of my favorite childhood games. Yep, kill it, it is. Yeah, I love the Tyrion music. Yeah, so that's what I'm farming for, like trying to get few things to 6th link. I'm farming the Valdos reinforcements. It's really, really good XP. I think I played the character 6 hours and I'm level 84. It is pretty nice for leveling. You have the maker of the game in your contacts? Really? It's like one of my favorite childhood games. That's badass. There, let's see. We have skill points we can hand in. Give me. Wait, why am I not D&D? And I can't look at stuff like that right now. Sorry. There, more life. Also, don't do price checks. There's a streamer called Steel Mage that helps people a lot with price checks. Alright, very nice guy. Let's see. What's special about the streamer client you're using? I'm sure that I do not know what you mean. Never heard of it. There is no such thing. Do you know, it's really, really funny. I once got an email from somebody. It's I have like 5 clients for Path of Exile on my desktop. One that's called Streamer Client, one that's called EC6 Thing, one that's called Kill Quinn's Character, one that's called PW2 Alpha, PW3 Alpha, PW4 Alpha. And I once got an email from somebody with the screenshot in red highlighter, like with a ring around the Streamer Client, And it was like, gotcha. I was like, I thought it was great.
I can't do this just yet.
He caught me. Yeah, it was like care to explain or something, like he asked. The email was like care to explain, something like that. I can't remember. It was great. Give me much pleasure. Much pleasure. Alright, let's see. Did you explain? No, I didn't reply. I didn't reply. Alright, let's see. Stairs. Lalaraki. 53. Now what do I take? I already have a lot of life. More life. I have too much damage. Well, that could be fun, Carthigan. Oh. Alright. Arakali. Do you know, like, I'm kind of surprised that he has that reaction. I'm kind of surprised that he has that reaction. Isn't that a bit weird? Because, like, she's coming towards him. Wouldn't it make more sense if he was like, ah, yes, and then started screaming once she started biting him? I think that would make more sense. I don't actually think it makes that much sense that he's screaming when she's coming towards him. He even says, my bride has arrived. You know? I don't feel like it makes sense.
What with such large walls,
Like, he wants the spider. He loves the spider.
keep in.
So why is he screaming? It makes sense that once she starts biting him off. Fun fact, if you look, after you've killed Arakali, if you look near her mouth, you can see Sin's head hanging off one of her tusks with his spine severed. So she, like, ripped out his entire spine. This entire spinal cord. You can actually run through it and make it wiggle. They really put a lot of detail into this.
I can't do this just yet.
Yeah, I always thought it was weird that he was instantly screaming. I always wondered if you could kill her quick enough to save him. I know. I wish. There is no way to save Sin. He chose his fate. He made poor life choices. Remember, kids, if a girl has 8 legs, stay away. That's too many legs. Oh yeah, silk. No, I don't think I will. This is actually a fairly scary area because it's the first time you actually start taking a large amount of chaos damage. Leech and regen deals pretty nicely with this, but some characters can like struggle a little bit. It's actually really, really nice to have blood rage because On a character like this where I have 20 energy shield, GDD have decided that the energy shield is going to cover my entire life bar and make it hard for me to see when I'm actually taking chaos damage. So I'm a massive anti-fan. I don't know. I hate it. I hate that a large amount. Like I really wish that we could have our energy shield bar above our life bar. I think it just makes no sense. It's a huge quality of life issue for players. Like you have one energy shield on a character and you're being actively punished. Flagrant, thanks so much for the 3-month resub. What do you mean by that? So right now, if I'm taking chaos damage, it'll just slowly like tick down my green bar, but it can very, very easily look like I'm full HP because my energy shield is there. And if I'm playing on a build using the Zibakwa Keystone, then I can never get rid of my energy shield even with Blood Rage. So it's a massive problem for those characters. It can be very hard to see when you're taking DJ damage. It's probably some super legacy spaghetti code they can't change without breaking the entire game. I wouldn't think so because it's just a user interface thing.
Just in time.
They probably just don't care that much about it because people don't complain about it a lot. I do. I complain about it all the time. I hate it. Use the big red globe to see your life, but you're never like I never look at this globe. I've never ever looked at my life down there. Because I'm paying attention to the things that can kill me here, which is also where my life bar is. Oh, that's awesome, Sushi Slayer. I'm proud of you, man. That's sick. This Dodori, similar to the other one, is also scary if you cursed her. I still cursed her because I just want to kill her fast.
Just yet.
Yeah, I want to just disable the ES bar display or have it above my character. Switch battery. Nah, I'm good, Gar. I'm good. It's cool, but I don't like. What else would I say than that? I love the game he made. I did actually like the coolest thing for me actually was at I don't know, maybe I should, but either way, like the coolest thing for me was at ExileCon when I was behind stage getting ready for doing one of the interviews with Chris. And it was all the Blizzard North creators like David Breivik and the others were also behind stage, so I got to take a picture with like all of them. So it was like me, Chris, David, and like all the Blizzard North people in one picture. That was like pretty cool. That was a cool picture. And that's like that's a big chunk of my life because it's harder for me to know how much I spent on Diablo 2, but I played Diablo 2 for such a long time. Like, because I played Diablo 2 until I was like 25, 23. So I have, like, the Path of Exile time is very easy for me to track, right? Because the majority of it is on stream. And I think I have like 14 or 15 hours just streamed. And then I have like 6,000 or 7,000 off stream, something like that. I can't remember exactly. But, like, the PoE played is like around 21,000 hours. Whereas the Diablo is also around 20,000 hours, just over a lot like longer amount of years. So now I put a portal back there before it like split off. Wait, I actually forgot the portal. Okay, I suck. I'll go back. I was supposed to put a portal. I was too deep in the story. Oh yeah, here's the picture. That was really cool. That was a really cool picture. But yeah, they're responsible for quite a lot of the hours of my life being video games with Diablo 2 and Path of Exile. Because between the two, I easily have 40,000 hours playing. And then I'm not sure. I didn't have that much time in WoW. I think I had 560 days played in Vanilla and TPC. And then I had like 60 days played in Warlords of Draenor. So like, let's say I have like 600 days played in World of Warcraft. But World of Warcraft's different. Because the way I played World of Warcraft, the amount of hours and days I had jumping around on the fence in Ironforge. Woo! Yeah, I came back for one. Bad mistake. I just really like jumping. My favorite thing about World of Warcraft was when you could mountain walk. You used to be able to mountain walk in World of Warcraft, and that was super enjoyable. You could get up like all the mountains and stuff. And they've ruined that. You mean while jumping? Yeah. That was so cool. And I would used to like discover like hidden Easter eggs under the world, running under Stormwind and stuff. Oh, that's awesome, Viable. That's really cool.
Bring me back something nice. Don't do anything.
Food
like
sitting next to me, so I'm even more encouraged to speed through this act.
Stay out of the shadow.
And we're gonna quit
Why
the
are you
play
still
with me
scared?
once we get to B8. Probably the worst, if not the second worst expansion to come back to. Yeah, but I mean, I didn't know that. It's just my friends were like, hey, do you want to play WoW? And I was like, no, WoW ruined my life. I literally couldn't lift a Coke bottle when I played WoW. Because I would just lie on my couch. My parents would bring me food. I did nothing else. I just lived and breathed World of Warcraft. For 3 years. And then I was like, no, I don't want to play WoW. And they were like, what do you got to lose? And I was like, fine, I'll play WoW. It was fun. It's a mythic. Like now, just PoE? Nah, I play PoE a lot more healthily than I did WoW. A lot more healthy. I barely play WoW PoE compared to how much I played WoW in those years. We all had like, we were in like one of the best raiding guilds in the world. We all had like a mobile phone list. And we would like wake up everyone in the guild every time a world boss spawned. Stuff like that. Let's see, what am I gonna take here? I'll take a few more life notes. You could take those too actually, but we'll take these now. I'm committed. And then we can go back to town here and grab the skill points and also show where we are at skill point wise. Right, let's go look. Oh, right there. One skill point here. We have another for you. We'll grab later.
Watch yourself.
Right there. So now our skill tree is pretty much this. The endgame skill tree that I'm going to be doing later. I don't want to have a too big respec. It's something like this. This is Dan's path of building for champion. But I mean, I need like the stuff he has that I need. Very, very similar gear to. It's like a few hundred X worth of gear. I need one more Awakener orb. I don't need more Maven orbs, but Maven orbs would be nice to upgrade the Fortify on helmet to give flat. So we've got some cool stuff that we want to get. But this is our current stuff. We can look at my gems and stuff right now too. I have like Herald of Purity, Dread Banner, Blood Rage, leveling in close combat in case I want to use it. But it's based on proximity and I'm not always that like, yeah. I'm not always that close. I'm not always that close. So I'm not going to use that. Smoke Mine and Flame Dash. Oh, I could actually screw close combat, which should be in second wind at this point. I have Bladestorm, Melee Fist, Chance to Bleed, and Impale. I don't really need Chance to Bleed. Anything else I can use though? I mean, I could use Fortify right now until I ascend. Well, I should have used Fortify. Fortify would have been nice. Fortify would have been nice. Actually, I could use Brutality and drop Herald of Ash. Either way, not very optimized links right now. We'll optimize stuff later. Obviously, I'm very easily killing things. I have a crazy weapon. We have Ancestral Warchief with Maim, Melee Physical, and Double Strike. Wild Double Strike, obviously. Blood and Sand, Vol, Herald of Ash, and Flesh and Stone is just leveling. I can't even be bothered to optimize because we have so much damage. We'll switch once we get closer to maps anyway. And I'll probably use a 5 or 6 link then. And we'll stop using Herald of Ash then and use Brutality. I actually have an Awakened Brutality, which is even better. I did have an Awakened Melee Fizz, and then I decided to throw that away by dying. Not a great choice, would not recommend it. Would recommend living. So we just got to kill these two, and then the play with me is pretty much over. And then we're going to be working more on getting... We got to get some okay leveling gear for this character. Because I want to just speed level as fast as I can. Not 100% sure what I'm going to use yet. Maybe Earth Shatter, maybe Cyclone. I want to get like pretty tanky and probably level up in Baldo's Rest. That is very, very fast because of the extra Harbinger spawns there. That's very, very dangerous on melee. And I'll probably be like not even rolling my maps because with damage mods they're gonna chunk me. I do it very, very safely and easily on my Chaos Slinger because I can stand far away and they penetrate the proxy shields. This character will have no such luck. But either way, that is the plan. We're gonna level up fast, as fast as we can, then do the last few levels in Delve basically. We'll probably be 97, 98, maybe even 99 by the time we're actually deep. I do want to like give it a really, really good push into Delve, but I do not know how to delve at deep depths. It's obviously very different from softcore. On softcore, you kind of go like a glass cannon strategy, whereas on hardcore, I have to survive, and that is going to be very hard. It's going to be a lot of knowing what to like avoid and what to go around, which is what I don't know. I've never done a bleed build. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, this will be Cyclone for Delve. Some nerd just reached 10k in softcore. That's very deep. That is very deep. Nerd. I love it. So you see our damage is more than enough for what we need. Let's see. How far do you think you'll have to reach to win? Between 1,000 and 1,200. Nobody's going to get much deeper. If somebody is deeper than 1,200 this patch, I would be very surprised. But it could happen. There's money on the line. And in Path of Exile, somebody getting past what people expect is always possible. Always possible. What's the difference between the Maven and Awakening Orb? They are just completely different. I will be making a video maybe tomorrow about both. Yeah, I'll make a video for both instead of having one separate video. Maybe I should have them standalone so people searching for them will find them easier. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll do them standalone. I need to find the clip of me actually using the Maven Orb. So I obviously don't have like one so I can just throw away. Yeah, to be fair, Darky said that if he didn't have MDI, it would have taken him at least 2 more days to kill Maven because he didn't feel ready. And he just was kind of forced to do it because he ran out of time. But obviously somebody did it the day after too. Yeah, I know the Scion PvP Delve run through stat. It's very strong. It's very strong. MDI is like our World of Warcraft tournament. Yeah, we'll have a couple of videos like that. Right. Just have to run through there. But the harbor is actually a really, really good place to level if especially you have a build that can clear all 3 sides. Yeah, he left his MDI team because he's going to focus more on Path of Exile. But yeah, you can, if you're going to hit all 3 sides and you don't need humilities, it's way better than Blood Aqueducts. Hey, Soul, good to see you, dude. How you doing? Let's see. There. I think it's just like that by default, Beyond. Now we are almost done with the play with me. Hopefully you guys are enjoying these. I've like been like kind of reluctant. I care way too much about negative comments, but like There was I saw a few comments, like one guy said he unsubbed from my YouTube after all my guides were 4 hours or longer, and that I make shit guides. And I was like, those are play with me's. Oshabi is trash. Oshabi is literally trash. I actually hate Oshabi. Alright, let's see. Oh, dead end. And I'm gonna eat after this, and then we're gonna farm 6 sockets. Did we start to play with me early? Nope. It was 16 minutes late. 16 minutes late.
I can't do this just yet.
Thanks, Killen. We're just running through here. Now, at this stage, your character is usually so built that like there's not much during leveling that's an issue. And then you can level either, like I said, in Harbor Bridge is really, really good for XP if you don't need humilities, and if you can clear all 3 sides. And if you do need humilities, or you're able, like this character, to only kill like 1 lane at a time, then we're going to be doing BA. There are more monsters in the straight line, but Harbor Bridge has so many monsters in like all 3 lanes. But obviously, my Sandstorm can't. There. Alright, now we just gotta kill Solaris and Lunaris, and we'll end this run here. And you're dead, sir. There, and then I normally like reset the Harbor Bridge to get more XP. Yeah, thanks. Nice, that's nailed. So I reset this just to get a little bit more XP while running there. To get more life. This load screen never ends. Is there a sane method to farming cluster jewels on SSF? Well, do remember you can vendor 5 cluster jewels for a new one. So if you do 5 blue mediums or 5 rare mediums, that'll give you a random medium of the lowest item level of the 5. So just doing delirium orbs and spamming maps and getting a bunch of clusters and then vendoring them is the best way. Here we go, the Twisted Sisters. And then we're just easily beasting these down. Staying away from any like high damaging mechanic. And Bob's your uncle. And boom. They're dead. That can hurt a lot in the middle there. Can hurt a lot. There. Alright, that concludes the play with me. Slightly under 4 hours. And hopefully that explains the majority of stuff. And now I'd be considering I would be like farming here for a while. I'd probably try to find a like decent weapon. Not sure what's the best. Maybe a shadow axe just so we get some like, or void axe is what it's called. Just for really high attack speed, which would be nice for, you know, just a little bit extra attack speed. And I'm trying to think that is, or maybe Despot axe is the best now. But yeah, either way we'd be like continuing to level here, and then that is what we do. And then I want to level this character like somewhere like 90 to 94, then start delving. But once I start delving, I will only be using this character for delve and nothing else. Oh, actually, this is shorter. It's only 3 hours and 13 minutes. That's actually not too bad for melee for me. I don't play melee that much. But either way, I hope you guys enjoy the play with me, and you enjoy these long videos. Maybe use them to fall asleep or whatever. But either way, thank you for watching. Feel free to join and say hi on Twitch. Sub if you like the content. But more importantly, try to die less than I do.